to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Such a lovely face. Stop, kid. You're killing me here. And only one of us is allowed to do the killing. PlayStation.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Tuesday night. It is the Tuesday show in which you can only find it here on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, where we pit two players into the ring for a 1st to 10 exhibition. And we also learn a little bit more about them so you guys as a community can understand them as players yourselves. Post-match interview and a pre-match interview. You know how it goes. I'm going to be your host once again tonight, Jammerz, in my lovely Evo hoodie. I decided to wear it today, but I'm not alone. I've got a partner in crime. Not two today, I've only got one because one of them's off doing some other stuff. He's enjoying himself, and he was here. There he is. There he is.
You said you said you're not alone, but you weren't. But I just wanted to make you feel a little bit stressed for maybe you were actually all alone, but you're not.
Feeling
I'm
stressed
here with
about you not being here.
Yeah, I mean, come
He
on,
acts
bro.
like I can't do this, but man. Never mind. Anyway. Anyway, how you doing? Since
Yeah,
you
what's
decided
up?
to show up fashionably late.
Show up, yeah. I think the guys in the back were kind of stressed because they didn't catch me ducking just before the scene change, and then they were like, "Where is he gone?" Yeah, so I'm doing exceptionally good right now because I managed to fix the green thing on the back. You know, the problem with the green screen.
You managed to
where
fix
it
your
was
visuals and your camera and your green screens and all this
Yeah, and
stuff.
I had to go into the settings and do something about reality color or something. So I guess I'm less realistic now, but also less messy. So that's good.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will take it indeed.
What about you, Jammerz? How are you feeling? We never ask you how you're feeling, and now it's just the two of us. So I think that you can get to say, have your piece right now.
No, I'm peachy. I'm here to do some work, play some Street Fighter, enjoy some games, and obviously talk more Street Fighter with you because again, you are one of the smartest minds out there when it comes to Street Fighter 5, understanding what goes on in here when it comes to playing the game. So we'll be able to divulge that together. But yeah, I am peachy. I will be better. But we got to talk about some Street Fighter. But you know what? Courtesy of Veggey. Well, actually, this was a combination of me and Veggey combined.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't checked
Joint
the fight
forces.
card when it was announced, this is what's going to be tonight's fight card. We announced it after SFL EU Week 7 yesterday, but this is the exhibition that is going to be played tonight. Richard, roll the fight card as he does it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at tonight's 1st to 10. It will be on the left, UpChainLord going up against CuhzlightYear. It is a birdie going up against Ibuki, a matchup that I basically classed as non-existent, only because you seldom see these characters unless you really dig deep into the Street Fighter 5 community. So, Veggey, before we move on to give people the rundown of how things work for sets, how are you looking forward to this matchup here? Because you've got the insider knowledge, do you know?
Yeah, I do have the insider knowledge, and it's really funny. I'll try to make this really short. This matchup has always been complained about by Ibuki players, like a really hard matchup, like one of her hardest matchups.
Okay.
But then we remember in Season 4 when Birdie was a really good character and Ibuki was a pretty good character. Whenever Fudo ran into Fujimura, it was always Fujimura who would take it, and Fudo would later try to pick Mika instead because he wasn't doing it with him right. And personally, I've always experienced that it's really hard to deal with Ibuki because you can never really anti-air her, and trying to anti-air is so risky. So they complain that the neutral is too hard, and I feel we complain that the anti-air game is too hard. And I feel like they cancel each other out so that the matchup is way more even than either side want to say. So that might be something that we will hear from these two today when they talk about the matchup if we ask them, but that's at least how I feel that both have a big problem in the match, which kind of cancel each other a little bit out, at least in my opinion.
Okay, interesting. Obviously, he's got the insider knowledge now. He's going to divulge more of his secrets when we actually get onto this exhibition, when it starts in a timely manner. Anyway, to give you guys the rundown on how the show actually works. Remember, I think every time zone around the world has changed now. So, Richard, if you roll the run of show, obviously people have to adjust to their new clocks. I have to adjust to the new clock because I almost actually made CuhzlightYear late. I have to apologize to him when he actually comes on the call. So, what we are doing right now is general Street Fighter news. We're just catching up on certain things regarding the Street Fighter 5 world. Some weeks will be pretty active, some will be more quieter than others, but we're going to be doing that for the next 12 or so minutes. After that, we move on to the player interview where we get the boys that we showed on the fight card, UpChain and CuhzlightYear, to come on, tell us a little bit more about themselves, and they can complain about the matchup with Veggey, because I don't play Birdie. I'm just going to be the I'm going to play devil's advocate and be on the outside and just watch these guys throw rocks at each other. But then after that, 15, 20 minutes from that, we are going to have a break, and then we're going to set up the first to 10 exhibition. So if you don't want to stick around for the chat or the idle podcast chat or whatever you want to call it, you can disappear now. I have it on in the background and come back in about 25 minutes or so, and we'll be setting up the first to 10. It's not character locked, so it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys deviate from the original advertisement of Ibuki going up against Birdie. But yes, I mean, you told me about this matchup. Obviously, if Elvaha was here, Elvaha is actually doing something else, as we said, just to reiterate. But do you think this is a V-Trigger 1 or a V-Trigger 2 matchup for Birdie? What do you reckon?
It's so hard to decide for me. I'm still undecided on that, which means both work, I guess. But the good thing about V-Trigger 2 is that if they do try to like go for these annoying like command jump, medium kick, jump, medium kick things, if you have a read that they're going to go for that one, you can get the big payoff. But then there are so many other jump options that would just straight out beat the V-Trigger 2 that makes you feel like it's not worth it. And in V-Trigger 1, you can almost like bullhorn through anything. So I'm leaning towards V-Trigger 1 just for armor to like one button release anti-air most of her options, but it's still something I can't decide because you lose access to a lot of V-shifts and V-reversals in V-Trigger 1, which you have in V-Trigger 2, and then it depends on how wild the Ibuki player is, right? If they're ground-based, then maybe V-Trigger 2. So for me, I can't call it. Maybe UpChain has his decisions on it, maybe Cuz has some feelings on it, but I'm still undecided to this day. So.
And then obviously there was the other question I wanted to ask is, obviously because we rarely have Birdie players on here, what specifically did you want to pick UpChain to come on? Is there any particular reason, or?
UpChain did really well in the online CPT last year, I believe it was, or was at least an important online tournament where he was 9th or in the 13th, like top 16, in a region with a lot of players. So it's not like a region where you begin at 17th and then go up there. So it was a strong tournament run from him, and I've seen him. I mean, he's in the Birdie Discord. I see his tweets. I like his tweets. I retweet his UpChain clips because there's a lot of UpChain clips from UpChainLord, and. He's been grinding the game and leveled up and kept getting stronger, and I see some of his matches and thinking that he should be a good pick for the show, to be honest. It's been a while since we had Birdie players. I would like to show another Birdie player some love by getting them on here. So that was really how it ended up, thinking, you know what, this is a great pick. I thought let's go with it. And then you had your pick, which was mentioned by UpChainLord, and then the rest is kind of history. It's how it got together.
You know, it was interesting, right? So obviously, speaking about UpChainLord, we'll obviously speak to him because these guys are in the waiting room and will be with us very shortly. So I think UpChainLord, he tweeted or he said something as, when I get to Warlord, I'll come on the show. I actually looked at his account today, and he had 225,000 league points. I said, dude, you're going to be waiting a pretty long time if you want to come on the show, especially with Birdie, because obviously, congratulations to him. He made Warlord recently. He made Warlord recently.
Yeah,
I got mine all the way back in July, but this one, it took him quite a while, ups and downs. And he's a busy man as well. He's a busy man. He gets all the work, gets all the modeling work, all the commentary work. He's doing all the jobs. Watch out, he's doing all the jobs. Anyway, but yeah, congratulations on Warlord. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
It's not fun up here. I can tell you that. But it's not fun up here.
Thank you. I mean, it was a long road when I restarted. I feel like I got demotivated in the beginning, so I just played around a lot. But when I first started the grind again for Warlord, I feel like it's been like an efficient efficient warlord grind, but it still takes a long time because it is a lot of points to accumulate.
Of course, especially in a region full of crazy people.
It feels good. It just feels good having it. It doesn't mean anything, but it feels good having it. So, and it became a good YouTube video. It did, because it became a YouTube video as well, and it just feels good for some reason. Can't explain it. Can't really explain it. It's just that way. I mean, it's probably the same for you, right? It must have felt. It's like a checkbox, right?
Yeah,
you just,
of course.
Okay, I've done this now. Now I can play whatever character I want.
Just get out of the way. You know what I mean? I have no lingering rank just there. But anyway, speaking of ranks, and obviously Veggey did mention CPT before. There was no CPT action over the weekend, but we can head on over to the website and remind you guys who's actually qualified for the CPT, because it is a number of characters that are lining up and letting you guys know who's going to be in the finals. It's going to be dangerous indeed. Looking forward to it. We get ever so close. We're in November now, and I believe I don't think anything has been announced yet, unless I've missed something, but there's going to be more players at the finals than ever before. You got Samurai still practicing. You can see him in Street Fighter League US. Four Fields, you can see him in Street Fighter League EU. Mr. Crimson, Street Fighter League EU as well. Just a Kid, look at them. They're all Street Fighter League players, for heaven's sake. Just a Kid as well. Momochi's there with a Cody, Dookie, Brandon, Emena RD, Kawano qualifying, winning Evo, Chavis Styles, can't wait to see him in action, solving with the Seth, Jarby M from South Africa, Ronaldinho with the Nash, Phenom from the Nordic Baltic region, Takamura, Angry Bird, and of course the latest combatant to qualify is NL indeed, and his Luke is looking deadly. There's actually a new optimal post dunk combo I saw, which was from him, but I think Phenom might have done it as well, but I haven't been paying attention until today regarding that. But yes, these are the qualified players right now via the online Premier tournaments. But then if we transition over, we have some Salt Mine League results for the World Warrior, because EU East had their 5th and final tournament over the past weekend. Yes, this was it. Perfect. So we got to give congratulations to Kamal. He was inspired. Ending Walker has done something. He's done it for the kids. Do it for the kids back at home. And he said, yes, I'm going to win this last tournament. Picking Ed, he might have picked his Sagat as well, but Kamal has won this 5th and final tournament for EU East. Mick in 2nd, Shady Imposter 3rd, K-Jim 4th, Mayfi 5th, Git Blame 5th as well, and then obviously Joint 7, it is Shivo and damn, I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm so sorry. Jesubuk BC. I'll definitely butchered that name. I'm so sorry. Someone's gonna tell me off. He's probably gonna tell me off. Say, Jammerz, I don't like the way you butchered my name. And I said, I didn't know how to pronounce it anyway, but please educate me so I know how to pronounce it. But yes, these guys here. This is the 5th and final tournament, but what's happened now is there has been a regional final been locked and loaded. So we've got 8 players. The 8 finalists have been determined for the EU East region, and this is how it's looking. Mirkin is in the #1 seed, Kamal is 2nd, Shady Imposter 3rd, Kaijin 4th, Gitblame 5th, Mayfi 6th, Shivo 7th, and of course Darky using Luke 8th with the 65 points there. But again, these guys have been putting in the work and trying to compete. This is a big deal for this region, by the way. This is huge. A very big deal, because I don't think anyone from this side of the world or this side of Europe has actually ever qualified for a CPT. Tell a lie. We had what was his name? He played Laura and he played Seth. What was his name? Papoy. Yes, there we go. Shouts to Papoy. He did qualify last year, but obviously the finals got cancelled. But I'm looking forward to this one, just to see who comes out on top. I think this is a region, I don't know about you, Veggey, but this is going to be a region where there's probably more pressure than there is before, because 8 of them have been presented this opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
This is an opportunity, like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really. I mean, for our region, it doesn't really matter how much you narrow it down. There's always going to be that one killer or more. And I think in the Europe East region, there is a little bit, I would put a little bit of favoritism towards Merkin winning it. Okay. That's what I feel myself. But the opportunity that they got is a once in a lifetime. So if you were from that region and you weren't grinding the game for the last months when you were already decent or good, I think that was not a good decision to make, because this is like getting to go to the cup by only playing against other people who have been playing it casually
from your
in
region.
the way, from your region. It's like one small region with not that many players, and you have an opportunity to get to the cup, the big stage, maybe get some deals going later with sponsors. Who knows? This is really once in a lifetime opportunity as an esports competitor. I think there's gonna be very few of these storylines. As like life, as esports life progresses.
Yes. Listen, I'll tell you what, because speaking of esports stories, we can't show you here, but like ending Walker, his win at UFA, that's pretty much everywhere on the planet now. It's on different news articles and everything in different languages. I think I've seen it about 17 different times, which is pretty damn funny, to be fair, because I still laugh at how he just walked past his trophy and it was there right for him. that would never not be funny for me. But, you know, speaking of CPT, I think Richard wants to show this now. Speaking of storylines as well, NA East CPT is coming up. You can register for this now. Now, the storyline is who's actually going to qualify from here, because some guys have turned their characters choices to Luke. Other people, they're still up top, but it's not as easy anymore. And then there's a certain Dawson player in this region as well. He could show up on the day. So if you are from North America East, if you are residing in this region, get signing up now. Head on over to Capcom Fires on Twitter at Capcom Fires. Find out when the date of this closes, because you don't want to miss this. This is the one and only chance to qualify automatically. It doesn't mean they can't do it via World Warriors, but there's only 8 players for that spot. So please get signing up now. I cannot wait to watch this region, because it's going to be an absolute bloodbath to see. But then, of course, there's one more thing before we head on over to our players in the green room and start talking to them. I've got to congratulate you again, because you did something on SFL EU yesterday. You recorded your first win. Yes.
Yeah, and that was about
right
time.
Now, but I can't do it.
Let's go. Let's try.
You want to try? You try? Okay, we'll try. There we go. We'll do that. We'll take it.
I feel like it was about time, because I mean, there's been too many. Not counting this year, but counting last year.
There's been too many close but no cigars.
There's been too many 1-1 games, 1-1 rounds that just didn't go in my favor. I mean, the stat could be so different if I was just better at closing it. So it's a relief. Finally, I feel like I played really shaky at the start of SFL.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to say something else.
Yeah.
He bit his tongue. Don't worry, you bit your tongue. I like it. You're learning.
Yeah, I've been playing really. I don't feel like I've been playing up to like as good as I want to play. Yeah, like as good as I want to play. But I hope to be able to bring more strength and resolution to the gameplay now.
Have you seen the comments on that video yet?
On which video?
The SFLE yesterday.
No. Is it funny?
Go right when we're done tonight's episode. Go have a look at the comments when we're done. Trust me, everyone's on your side. Everyone's on your side.
Okay.
Good. Fantastic.
Okay, that's really good. No, I haven't actually done it yet, and I like watching comments, especially. I don't know if you've seen my tweet about actually just watching comments when people are
Yeah, well, that's
when they're not really that nice, that strengthens. It's like you don't care anymore.
It strengthens you.
You don't care anymore.
Not everyone is strong-willed as you, love. Anyway.
Oh, you're so kind to me. Always. Well, you're extra nice to me today, Jammerz. I really.
Maybe I am.
I had to do for Olvaha. I had to do like an Olvaha joke just for him.
Okay.
When you said that NL's Luke is looking good, I think Olvaha would have corrected you and said, "You mean his Luke is looking good?" And I felt like he's not here, so I had to do it for him. I mean, I would have the same face as you, but right now I'm just in his space doing his thing for him, so that you can give me that face, which I will send to him later, because it's not to me.
Don't ever feel obligated to fill in for someone's dead jokes. Don't take that wrong. It's not a good one. You don't get paid for it, and you're going to be here all year. But anyway, I'll tell you who I don't want to keep waiting. I don't want to keep our guests in the Discord call waiting. So when they are ready, if we can get CuhzlightYear and UpChain to unmute their microphones so we can have a lovely chat with them for the remainder of time here, because I think there's an abundance of questions we want to ask these dudes and get down to the meat and bones of things. So let me find out. UpChainLord, CuhzlightYear, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear. Yes, I can hear you.
There we go. Fantastic. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to join us on the show in this first
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, of course. No worries. I mean, in this first part of the show, this is where we get to know you guys, find out more about your character choices and whatnot before we get you guys throwing shurikens and banana peels at each other, before you guys really get upset at each other's characters. But my opening question, it's a general one, but I like hearing all the different stories regarding this, is I really like to know the origin of people's names. So I want to go with CuhzlightYear first, because you definitely had that name before Snoop Dogg did his tweet a couple of days ago. You definitely had that name before he did it. So, CuhzlightYear, educate me on how this name came about. By the way, my mum loves your name. She was laughing about it all night. So, my mum is probably going to hear the origin. So, talk to me. How did it come about?
Some people know I had a different name beforehand. Not going to say what that name is, but everybody knows what that name is. So, I had to change the name because somebody reported me on Twitch, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to change it. And I could have like changed the letters around and used like a 3 or a 0 or something to try to make the name, but I would have been like, oh, they're gonna ban me again. So I had to come up with a new name. So I was just thinking, and when I talk where I'm from and when I do anything, I say cuz a lot. Like that's just how I talk. That's just how I am where I'm from. So I was just trying to incorporate that. So then I just thought about Buzz Lightyear, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, CuhzlightYear, that's pretty funny. That could be pretty good. So I came up with that one, and then everybody just seemed to like it. So it turned out pretty good.
See, this is just me, because I literally don't know if that's just a West Coast thing, or is this just something, again, you said I just thought of Buzz Lightyear, and I say cousin, it's like, yeah, we just meshed the two together. It's not a West Coast thing. This is exclusive to you, right?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, people say cuz from West Coast. That's definitely like a West Coast thing. But the CuhzlightYear thing, no, I mean, I just thought of it myself. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe somebody might have had the name before somewhere down the line, but yeah, I didn't take it from anybody or nothing like that. But yeah, Snoop Dogg's post.
Yeah, I thought that was way too quick. I was like, hold on, I've been speaking to CuhzlightYear this whole time, and Snoop Dogg just tweets it out. I said, does he know him? I was like, nah, this can't.
Yeah, somebody posted me, tagged me in that, and I was cracking up. I tagged Snoop Dogg. I was trying to get one of them Waka Flocka exhibitions out here, but it didn't really work out too well.
I mean, listen, the universe works in strange ways. If you say, listen, I'll fight you, Snoop Dogg, for the name, maybe it's
we're gonna try.
Wait, what is this tweet?
All right, go on Snoop Dogg's Twitter account, and you need to go on his media page, go through the pictures, and you will literally see CuhzlightYear, nothing else, and a picture. You'll just see it. I'm not going to say anything else in the matter. Anyway, UpChainLord, while Veggey is somewhere else. Okay, he's found it. UpChainLord, tell me, why on earth did you call yourself UpChainLord?
Very similar to Cuz. I went by another name that wasn't exactly esports friendly.
Damn, you guys are coming up with inappropriate names.
I mean, personally, I could be Jordan, Douglas, Grant, Alfred, Frank, but a lot of people have a lot of other interpretations of those letterings. So from the very beginning, when I was playing Birdie, I wasn't really that good, but I had a lot of heart and I made a lot of reads. So I'd always throw up chains, not even as a reaction, but just throwing them, and people would get caught. So, so I'm in the Seattle area, and then so there was one of the prominent Seattle players named Nightmare 2450, godlike Nikali player. He used to always, so he was very animated when he watches other people play, and he'd be like, "That's the up chain god right there," and so he's like really get into it. And so I got tired of people being like, oh, Jordan doesn't give a fireball and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm just going to rebrand. So I originally was UpChain God, but I kind of tempered it just because I was kind of explained earlier. I have UK lineage. My grandma was from London, so I kind of like the Lordship, and also the Lordship Problem X is one of my favorite players. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have the moniker UpChainLord. But that is the noun. So the verb upchain is just the representation of making reads and also just having heart while playing.
Okay, no, do you know what? I love the backstory. How simple and how deep they can be at the same time for both of you. And I like the fact that both of you, it was no pure coincidence that you both had inappropriate names before you changed them. That was great.
you know, UpChainLord, if you want to rebrand ever to a Norwegian nickname, I could give you the UpChainLord in Norwegian. Oppoverkjetting herre.
Yeah, whatever you said. Yeah. But can you give me the handsomeness? I think I'd rather take that.
No, you already have that. You don't need that.
Stop. That's yeah. That make me blush off camera. So.
Oh man, that's crazy. Nah, okay, you guys are the best. I mean, like, you know what? It's great to see. But now I've got a question for CuhzlightYear, because this is I had this thought last night outside of the CuhzlightYear pure coincidence tweet from Snoop Dogg. You do have a YouTube channel. I don't know how active you are on there. You play Ibuki, but I also noticed that you when you played or you had SF6 content on there, and you were looking at Kimberly. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
She's the closest it could be. I want to see the rest of the characters for sure, but that's what I'm looking at.
Now, my question is, are you a fan of ninja-like characters or ninja in general? Have I completely misunderstand that from just looking on social media?
Oh, no, I like ninja stuff. I mean, I'm not like super deep into that, but no, yeah, it's cool.
Okay. I mean, has there been any reason you haven't really? Because I only see you play Ibuki. I mean, did you ever give Zeku a go, or is it just like who you just like as a character in general?
So I played Ibuki in Street Fighter 4. So naturally, when she came in this one, I picked her up. I actually did try Zeku for like a week when he first came out. Wasn't really feeling him, but I didn't give him like a full chance. I do play other characters, but she's my main. I play Sagat. I can play Cammy. I can play Ryu. But she's definitely who I use for sure, and she's my favorite.
Okay. Now, go on then.
Oh, so, yeah. Do you think she's very different? Like, is her playstyle the same in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, or do you think it's like vastly different?
Oh, it's not even close to the same. It's completely like opposite. Like, so she doesn't have. I'm not sure how familiar people are with Street Fighter 4, but a lot of the mix-ups and the way she has setups and stuff, it just pretty much doesn't exist in 5. So she's a lot different. She plays almost like the Omega version of 4. With a little bit added.
Yeah, which was
so the neutral is not even similar as well either. Like
the only neutral, yeah, because in Street Fighter 4 you would kind of buffer with crouch medium punch into neck breaker.
Yeah,
that's what you would use, so you can get like a hard knockdown. And this one you can still buffer with crouch medium punch, but you won't really get a hard knockdown unless you're buffering with light punch Rada, which isn't really the best idea.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Of course. Oh, do you want to
I think it's interesting too. Then, yeah, when you kind of that loyal to a character that even though the playstyle is completely different, you still stay with them. Is that just because you like to play the character that you're visually most interested in, or is this just because you started?
Yeah, I'm just known for her, so I like to stick with her. A lot of people gave up on her when they nerfed her, for sure. Took me a little while to figure out how to play her. But yeah, and I'm not like I don't like playing like the top tiers just to play the top tiers. I don't like to do that, because I could pick that character up. I could pick other character up, and people like try to kind of tell me to do that, because like people tell me I have really good neutral, but I just can't. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's like a pride thing. I don't know, but I just can't do it.
Well, I mean, that'd probably be the easiest way to surmise what you're basically explaining to us. Because look, Ibuki, to me, Ibuki is basically non-existent right now. There's like a handful of you, maybe 3 of you guys actively playing the character. But again, because I think you're Warlord rank, right? You've been playing for quite a while. You know all the matchups. Like with Ibuki, you know your stuff and you know how the system works. It's like, again, if we gave you like a Luke, if we gave you a Poison, if we gave you someone in the upper tiers, like your name would be cropping up and being shown everywhere else, because it's like, this guy is pretty damn good. It's just, I just like playing Ibuki because of the aesthetic reason or how she works. But then moving on to that, because this is a question for the both of you. I want to get UpChainLord's opinion on this first. Do you feel you're slept on as a player from the West Coast? Do you feel like people don't speak about you enough?
Like, I think it's kind of in bad taste to call yourself underrated, but kind of alluding to what Veggey said earlier about making top 16. I mean, like, the as a region, the West region is very slept on. So I am kind of a microcosm of that. So kind of by proxy, I am slept on in those regards. And even more so the Northwest and like the Seattle region, because like obviously everyone knows about Chris and Dr. Danny Pham. Like they're like S+ Seattle players, but there's so many other good Seattle players, including myself, that kind of don't get the shine. So that's why I'm very thankful to even have the opportunity, because like I feel as though like I don't get talked about a lot, and I do get compared to other birdies, but I love it because I love Birdie so much as a character that, like, I'm one of those people where it's like, you can shine too. It's not monopolized. Like there could be like Veggey. Like I have no problem saying, oh, Veggey is so good as a birdie, and then Mags and everyone else. Like I just love the character, and I just am very thankful to be able to kind of show and represent the character at a very strong state.
Okay, no, do you know, I really like that answer. Well thought out answer there. CuhzlightYear, what about you, CuhzlightYear? Do you feel you don't get spoken about enough in your region, or?
I mean, I'm underrated as a. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, I do think I'm slightly underrated. This year, I think I might have picked up a little bit more steam than I have in the past, just from my streaming and my channel and stuff like that, and playing in the CPTs and everything like that. But that's also kind of why I run my tournament series, to kind of get the shine on the people that don't really get the shine.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of agree with UpChain in that regard.
Okay, enlighten me on your tournament series. I'm definitely unfamiliar with this. Speak about it a little bit.
So I do CuhzlightYear invitationals. I just invite certain people to play, and it's only invite only. And what I do is I run one where it's like Grandmaster and below, and then I run one Grandmaster and above. So like Grandmaster and above is like all the really known players, but the Grandmasters and below, not a lot of people know them. So I run it for them so they can get some shine. So it's been going pretty good.
Okay, I like that. No, that's good to see. Doing your part.
Kind of want to piggyback off what Cuz is saying, because that's so like going back to what I was saying about not, I don't like to call myself underrated because it's in bad taste, but I will say that Cuz is very underrated, and a lot of times people, they gravitate towards the more well-known players to represent a character. Like, a lot of top players, they used to at least pick Ibuki, so it's easier to say, oh, well, this is who represents that character. But to me, someone like CuhzlightYear, they show the character in like such a level where I have to kind of like take a step back. I'm like, how do I feel about being birdie in this matchup? So that's kind of one thing that why I really was adamant about wanting to play because I think that I relate to him in the way of like not necessarily having your name out there. And also, he was kind enough to invite me to one of his invitationals. So, obviously, I'm in gratitude for that.
Okay, that's super appreciative. I respect that for putting that out there. Obviously, we've got time for a couple more questions. So, I've noticed, because I looked at some of your matches beforehand, CuhzlightYear, and I've noticed that you don't pick a certain giant shuriken. Why is that? Why do you like throwing bombs at people?
So I used to pick V-Trigger 2 when it was good. Okay. And then they nerfed it. And then, because I originally picked 1, when they introduced 2, I was like, okay, I'll try it out. And it was good. And then they nerfed it, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to 1. But nobody used 1, and everyone said 1 sucks. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure out a way to make it work and show y'all it don't suck. So I figured out a bunch of stuff, and then they ended up changing everything with the like most recent patch. They changed like the way it hits. They added a hit to the bomb. So like every single one of my setups and mix-ups were pretty much just gone. So I had to come up with like new ones. So I started thinking about going back to 2, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna figure it out. And but the main reason people use 2 is because it's +2 on block. That's what they say. They love doing that, which I think it's funny because V-Trigger 1 is +3 on block. So
well,
I don't
worry,
really understand.
You're not the only one. F-word keeps telling people that. It's like, this is plus a block too, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. And you get 2 of them. So it's like, I mean, I feel like it's way more damage and mix-up potential because she doesn't get a lot of damage, so you got to go for mix-ups. But even if you don't do a mix-up, if you get a full combo into 2 bombs, that's a lot of damage. So, yeah, I'm just a V-Trigger 1. That's just going to be me forever.
Okay, and you feel it's sort of like the CuhzlightYear identity now. So if someone was to just look at Ibuki and probably see, the V-Skill 2 or V-Trigger 1 layout or V-Skill 1 and V-Trigger 1, if they always just notice it was V-Trigger 1, do you think people would be able to identify you easily if they could? Oh,
100%. It's going to be me, or not so much anymore. It was either me or Realistic. We were the only ones that were really using it. But now it's just me. So I think it would probably be that way.
Okay, fair play. I was just curious, that's all, because I'm like, damn, this guy doesn't use the shuriken at all. It's like, is he like F-word?
Nope.
Like, what's he done?
Nope. I actually checked the percentage on it the other day, and it's literally at 0%.
Wow, that is insane. That is cool.
V-Trigger 2 is at 0%?
Like my usage, when you go to usage in your profile, it's at 0.
That is absolutely crazy. Right, Veggey, you got any questions you want to ask these guys? Would you wanna-
Yeah. Do we have time for a little bit longer one, or should
Yeah,
we
you
say
can
that
have,
for
you can have a
after?
little bit longer because we start a little
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Okay. So the one thing that I've found really interesting, thinking about lately, is frustrating parts that in fighting games that later become the more enjoyable part. So I would like to know for both of them, what is the most frustrating thing you experienced when you were coming up in fighting games that you now really appreciate about fighting games? We can start with UpChainLord.
Like for me, like I had to really like pull my own teeth to get in the mood to actually go to the lab. Like, you know, I was notoriously, I didn't lab anything. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Drumline, but like, you know, spoiler for that, he couldn't read music, but he could play the music. So that's how I played. So I didn't know anything about frame data. I didn't learn frame data until season 3 of this. So I didn't know anything about frame data, didn't like the practice, didn't watch my losses. I was just purely focused on how good I look winning and things like that. But now, you know, so now, you know, as time goes on, I realize that it's like, well, the reason why I haven't, you know, well, to put it in context, I started out for the first year when I went to locals and stuff going 0-2. And so fast forward 6 years later, I made top 16 at CPT. So in between that time, you start to realize like, well, these people, they're playing the same game, looking at the same characters, same frame data, same whatever, but there has to be things that separate person A from person B and like training. So that's probably the number one thing, was actually having fun, learning from my losses, and actually hitting the lab and like learning setups, frame data, and things of that nature.
Wow. No, do you know what? I like that he's publicly said that.
That was really like, yeah. I mean,
That was deep.
I mean, I think it's really cool that. So I guess Street Fighter 5 is like your first Street Fighter, if yeah.
Is that
No,
right?
no. So I am, you know, obviously I'm older, so I'm, you know, in my late 30s. I've played fighting games my whole life, so fighting and sport games. But as far as like actually the knowledge and stuff like that, I was just like extreme casual, like couldn't just.
Okay.
But part of it for now, like how it relates to me now as a player, is that I'm very stubborn. So that's kind of another representation of what UpChain is. It's like, you know, I'm still I'll die throwing that out. So like, you know, stubbornness, it's kind of it's hurt me, but it's also helped me because like it's helped me approach things kind of stylistically.
Okay. CuhzlightYear, what about you? What's been the most difficult challenge to overcome that you now appreciate in fighting games for you?
I'd say slightly similar to him. It's more back in the 4. Same thing. I wasn't like labbing or anything like that. I kind of was just playing and learning and figuring stuff out. And I remember the first time I started labbing, I heard people doing option selects, and I heard what to do, and I was like, sounds too complicated, so I just didn't do it. And then I went to the lab and started learning, and I remember the first time I did a jump in light kick, and I did a option select into neck breaker with Ibuki, and it worked. I like jumped out of my chair, and I was like, oh, they're cheating. So that kind of stuff is fun, but the most frustrating thing for me definitely was accepting what Street Fighter 5 is and how it plays. That right there was one of the most frustrating, and it's a thing a lot of people have issues with when they're trying to get better at this game. And I try to tell them, I was like, you're gonna lose to dumb stuff, you're gonna lose to stupid stuff, you're gonna lose to people that you shouldn't lose to, but like that's just part of the learning process of this game, and that's just kind of the way this game is played. So I appreciate it now. It just took a long time to accept that, because
you know what, again, that's something that, again, like, props for you to come and say it out loud, because funnily enough, Veggey, I don't think you know this either. I used to actually tell some of the players this back in 2016 when the game was out, because obviously the game was in its infancy stages. 2016, we're all learning stuff, and I was like, look, this is what the game is. I said, people are going to have to use the word acceptance. If you can't accept this is what the game is, then don't play it. Like, that's it. Obviously, over time, it's because everyone here knows the game is drastically different now than it was in 2016. It took Veggey a while to come around. I think, Veggey, what was it, 2017 or 2018? 2018?
2018 was when I started grinding Street Fighter 5.
But obviously, the game changed twice or 3 times before Veggey came on. But at some point, Veggey said, look, maybe my core problem is still there. It's not going to change, and I still like playing Street Fighter. It might have been the same for you two as well. At some point, you're just like, you know what? This is it. Like, you either play it or you don't. And obviously you found something in the game. You found your fun in the game somewhere, and then you were able to kind of dissect what the game is and then try to turn it into a winning formula. So players like the both of you that go, you know what, this is it, we're going to work with this, or change the way you look at fighting games, like, listen, that deserves nothing but respect. So shout outs to you two for saying that out loud. That's great to see. Right, we got time for one more question before the break. I always like asking this question. I've been surprised like heavily 3 times. I don't know if you two are going to surprise me, but we'll try it anyway. UpChainLord, you first. Who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now at this point?
I think Luke is, but close second is Sim, and yeah, well, there's not enough time for me to discuss my hatred for that character, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, I like it. Respect. All right, CuhzlightYear, what about you? Who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now?
Yeah, it's Luke, man. I don't know how you can. I don't even know who you're going to use as an argument. Sim is a close second, I would agree. But the pressure and offense and just situations that Luke put you in is just, it's ridiculous.
Oh no, fair play. No, I asked this question because once upon a time, it was actually not that long ago when we had Child233 on along as OG Yawn. Child literally goes and tells me, he said, G's the best character in the game. I almost fell off my seat. I almost fell off my seat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, you're about to fall off your seat before we go to the break.
I feel like that must have been a little bit more of like a personal bias, maybe.
That's a personal, yeah.
Because it's obvious that G has too many flaws, right?
No, that's why I asked him. And he had 1 or 2 things about G that makes him strong, but the best character in the game, I said, dude, you're reaching for the top shelf and you look 6 foot anyway. Like, come on. But yeah, I always like asking the question because I know another day before Street Fighter 5 ends, somebody else is going to surprise me and they're not going to be able to justify it.
And they're going to be like, Zangief.
Because I could say Geef. I could say Geef because I hate fighting Geef. But that's personal. That's Ibuki matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say that.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we keep laughing and keep talking Street Fighter because I like talking to these two already, and it's only been about 12 minutes or so. But yes, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, I'm going to get UpChainLord and CuhzlightYear in the lobby for this first to 10. Don't go nowhere. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets. You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started. This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights. Neutralized. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. Seven. I'm just on another level.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring UpChainLord and CuhzlightYear. We've already done the pre-match interview, had a laugh with these guys. They're great people, but now they need to put their skills to the test. Normally, I don't do this part, but our other co-host, Olvaha, shouts to Olvaha wherever you are in the world. He's not here to do his job, so I have to fill in and do his job for him, you know? It's just how it goes out here.
He said that with his chest, you know.
There you go.
You know what's been a long time ago, Jammerz? Since I told everyone that I'm their favorite Brit.
Yeah.
You missed that?
No, I don't. Someone asked about that the other day. Somebody did ask about that the other day, and I was like, you don't want that to come back.
Yeah, and another thing, someone tagged me on Twitter to get a discount code that was only available to British people going to eat burgers. Literally.
Wait, what?
Yeah, someone was like, yo, you need to get me this discount code for some game, and it was only available in UK McDonald's or something.
Oh,
so they thought that I was actually from Croydon.
Okay, I remember. Oh, God bless that person's soul, because he doesn't understand how the world works. You convinced somebody. I can't believe you've actually convinced somebody that you're from the UK.
Right.
I don't know how you done that.
Favorite Brit, baby.
I don't know. Yeah, for those of you, okay, because those of you probably didn't see the tweet. Someone actually tweeted me, Veggey, and I think like 2 other people about this burger from McDonald's. And Veggey showed me, and he said, I've done it. And I said, what have you done? And he said, this guy thinks I'm from the UK. And I was like, you're such a idiot.
Anyway, sorry.
God bless
sorry.
that person.
Oh my days.
All right, so we have got UpChainLord going up against CuhzlightYear first to 10. So Veggey, do you agree with the EV system loadout first of all?
Yeah, I think you don't really... Oh, nice check. I just want to commemorate that check, because not a lot of birdies do the stand light punch into the bullhorn for the check, which is where you get the real reward. So I really like to see that so early from UpChainLord, just being on point with that. When it comes to the V-skill for birdie, I think V-skill 1 just doesn't really... You don't get much from it because of the kunai on the ground and stuff. Oh, there you have that. That's where it starts to mix up from the air. Not a big punish, though.
And it looks like he's taking a more defensive approach here, because I actually was watching a couple of UpChainLord's replays. He's I understand what you mean before by his neutrals a bit sporadic, where he had, wake up, command grab, the classic for birdie players on defense. I see it. It works. And he goes,
woo! And the classic for birdie players on defense trying to close the round. I mean, I have lost a lot of important rounds in my life doing that. But when it works, it feels so good. And I commemorate UpChainLord. Yeah, and he tried to have that hard read on the UpChain.
Do you know what?
It was a good one.
I do feel if it's not going to close out the entire first to 10, he's going to close out around with the UpChain. I reckon it will happen. Nice reaction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
so,
blocks.
Yeah, so there he kind of like made Ibuki use that EX bar to stop his approach, which is kind of a good trade-off for just using a bubblegum, right? You get the V meter if he blocks it, and you also force that EX, which is something just like a win-win situation.
Oh, he's waiting for V-Trigger 1.
God.
Yeah, he's waiting for V-Trigger 1. He's going to take this mix-up. I think he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's done.
That is a super in itself when you are in V-Trigger 1. One of the strengths, and I mean, so little life on Ibuki's side, I would say. So, yeah, that was an amazing, dominant first game, really, from UpChainLord. He's really confident in that game, in that matchup, it looks.
Well, first of all, in the first game in any set, first to 2, 3, 10, wherever, you have to set precedents. Both players have to do that. UpChainLord has done that. He's shown the command grab options on defense and in neutral as well, and he will do it when, again, Birdie has one of the scariest corner games in Street Fighter 5. Personal opinion. I'm speaking to a Birdie player, and I'll say it in his face, but...
No, it is really good. When you knock down in the corner, you're definitely scared. So that is especially V-Trigger 1, because you have that throw loop on some character and a fake throw loop on others. Oh, what a crush, though.
Defense gets the hanging chain, goes back to neutral, chews some gum, and he was able to block in time as well. But a reaction is something that CuhzlightYear is going to have to pay attention to over time. Throw will do it, throw will do it. Over time, CuhzlightYear will have to stop using the V-Skill 1 to build the meter for trigger, because UpChainLord will just react to the X-Ball Horn, or if he's in V-Trigger 1, uses the armor properties as well.
Definitely is, and there we have. He's trying to start. Nice jump out. No. He's going for the bubble gum.
He said, oh, I thought it was going to come.
Oh, it was almost, that was not too far away from getting that conversion.
Okay, just wait it out. Here's the thing, this is where I think Ibuki struggles. And I think it's not just against Birdie, it's big bodies in general. Because her reward for whiff punishing is slightly weak. It's much weaker in the game now than a lot of other characters. It's what do you comfortably whiff punish with? Crouch medium punch into her Kazakiri? Do you go for a raw light rider? How do you catch some of these buttons? That's what's a big deal for him.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, oh, nice check, but he does not convert. And that was great awareness, knowing that you could just jab check it. And he misses that jump in, but finds the cross up. That is the tricky range, the annoying range to play against. And there's that throw loop-ish.
Right, it's guess the game after this. Yeah, it's guess the game. Oh, no.
No, he did the one without the Oki. He was not holding the horn. So he's definitely giving another chance for CuhzlightYear. Does not need to take a big chance.
And
They kick off the activation.
That was something that was integrated in the last version of this game. Slide into V-Trigger 1. She can only do that with V-Trigger 1. And my word, does that help out.
Nice usage of the EX horn.
That's got to go.
And he fired.
I don't think he wanted to do that.
No, that must be the same input as the EXDP. You definitely, I don't think there's much. I mean, you get some more damage, but you don't get much more, so there's not really any point in doing it right.
He can't use EX Kunais now, so he's going to have to play earnestly for a little while UpChainLord has the advantage. I really hope they sort something out about that in SF6. I really hope they do something.
So one thing to think about as Birdie. Oh my god, there's that crush. And let's see how it's gonna be. Yeah, I like that he's just keeping it out. That kind of has to respect the bubblegum just afterwards. There's an activation though. He went for it again. I kind of like it, but this is dangerous.
He might bullhorn. He might bullhorn. No!
Oh my god! But no damage. All that work for no damage. All that work for no damage, Jammerz.
No, I'm telling you, right? You can't. Listen, CuhzlightYear said it earlier in the interview. Ibuki is a mix-up character. You cannot tell me without... You have to sacrifice minimum 200 damage from these bomb setups to prevent Birdie from just doing wake-up bullhorn. You have to do that. You can't do that whole sequence and think he's not just going to blow through the armor. Come on. Am I the only one who saw that?
I mean, you have the double jab. You have the back medium punch.
Can Ibuki do it though? With a
She can at least do the back medium punch and convert. So
can she do that? Is there enough time?
Yeah. Back medium punch beats every armor except for maybe EX Bullhead in V-Trigger 1, which is the.
I think that's something we're going to check.
It's 18 frames on the regular horn. What a jump in! But I think to make this matchup annoying for Birdie, you have to be one of those Ibukis that constantly mix up your air approach, close, jump, kunai, jump, medium kick. There you have it. And he missed times. He didn't believe he would get the hit, and he got it. And that throw was too early, and that's why UpChainLord could throw him back to the corner.
Do you know what's beautiful about that? Veggey was literally explaining what Ibuki should do, and CuhzlightYear was doing it until he got thrown.
Yeah, and it was working, right? He just didn't expect it to. Like, so for me personally, when the Ibuki plays solid like the Cuz is playing right now, is when you can feel comfortable. It's when this starts happening, is when you can start feeling uncomfortable. And I like that CuhzlightYear is still not deterred. Nice check on that EX Revenger. He's still not deterred from going for those throw loop-ish in the corner, even though he's been woken up on twice. He still wants to do it.
I think that chain could have been punished by EX right now, but I don't think CuhzlightYear wanted to spend the bar. V reversal out of there. He's going to have to make this choice in the corner because he might die.
Face. He walked. There you have it. That is the approach. You need to use it. What's it got to see?
There you go. Okay, so he knows. Yeah, okay, so he does.
But he's not ready this time.
Wake up, Super.
Oh my god, again! No! What did you punish? Okay, he escapes. He can still make it happen.
He can't jump. He can't jump.
Oh, he can definitely. He has to be close. Jump medium kick. Definitely just go through the bullhorn. So that's the mixed EX kunai or jump medium kick. What you're gonna be, or are you just gonna try to wait him out? You just walk the full screen UpChainLord is right now. Is like my favorite player right now.
3 games on the trot, playing the matchup to a T from Birdie's perspective. You know what? There's so many scenarios I'm looking, because, again, I think this matchup is non-existent. That's why he's here, because he does play this matchup. There's a couple of things I feel that maybe CuhzlightYear should try and experiment with a little bit more, because it's first to 10. But he's not deterred, but I do think he's having a little bit of a passive approach. I could be wrong in that regard.
But he has many games to adapt. But I just gotta say, I really liked how UpChainLord was full screen for a whole, I don't know how long, for a very long time, and then suddenly just walked in. Like, suddenly was in his face. That walk speed, that was just great usage of those buffs.
Into the chewing gum again. Try to block. I just don't know how Ibuki gets her big damage without giving up something to not deal with this onslaught of a bulldozer from
that's punishable.
No,
he didn't get his button.
No, he didn't get his button. He
didn't get the button, because that's -9 now, and hurt box extended the entire way.
Here we go.
Here's the activation though. Is there gonna be? Oh, he finds
it. Dead. That is dead. Oh no!
It is not dead. Oh, no, he gets back. He misses the median. Gets backthrown in the corner for all that trouble.
Damn.
All that trouble.
And you know what's crazy? UpChainLord, I don't know if he actually knows how to defend against these mix-ups. I could be wrong. We should ask him afterwards. But
Yeah.
he's just allowing it to happen. He's like, you know what? I can still come back because you're working too hard and exhausting all your V-trigger for something I can do in one command grab.
Yeah. So there's been a lot more aggressive button presses right now from CuhzlightYear. I really like this approach, but he finds the throw. Oh, and this time it's not ready to check. He checked it earlier. And again, he's missing the meaty. There's something about, I don't know, there's something about this. CuhzlightYear has been missing meaty throws quite a few times.
Good check.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what? I like
Yeah.
that he checks that because I feel,
Yeah.
I feel not enough people check that, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, he's trying again, and he drops something. Nice, safe jump for the only way I think to anti-air there would be super or EX bullhead, as long as there was an empty, yeah. But it didn't really work out.
I don't know. I feel he could have got a bigger punish on the ground and saved the meter. But hey, CuhzlightYear's at the steering wheel at the moment. Goes for the pressure. Good V reversal.
Oh, that's good, because that V-trigger has been doing great work for UpChainLord. Finds the overhead. Such a great round from CuhzlightYear. Just making every right read, and there's the conversion.
Okay.
Did he combo? Does that like it?
No, it said counter hit, but I think only the first part counts. He's out. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
The kite. I think he's going to wait for a Kun opportunity. He's going to wait for a Kun opportunity.
Oh, and he finds that hit. I mean, you're close to death now. One command throw and one hit. Oh, that's
He didn't know.
could be punished. And the explosion on landing, that was unfortunate for UpChainLord.
So, it looks like, okay, from the 4 games I've seen so far, the biggest concern is how CuhzlightYear is going to navigate and obviously have the counterplay for armored properties in general. He's not always going to do back medium punch, but once UpChainLord cocks onto that, certain other options can come into play, or you can just block it out. It's as simple as that. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be battling for the corner as well, because Ibuki's corner game is just as, maybe slightly weaker than Birdie's, depending on how you look at it and who you cross.
Madness, but I like it. Yeah, it is it's a game for the corner. And UpChain has been trying to get some of these UpChains, but they haven't been in positions where it's been punished properly anyway, so it's not been a big deal.
Okay. It's Bullhead into the chewing gum again, and that chewing gum has been doing a lot of work here, paying dividends for UpChainLord in most aspects in the neutral. But here comes CuhzlightYear. Good tech.
There's that awkward angle.
He can't dash either.
And I mean, the activation, the activation won't be too good on CuhzlightYear's side, but he has to make something happen again. UpChainLord not checking those dashes.
Nice cancel.
Nice conversion. Oh, what a jump out. Is it gonna command throw?
No. That's right, and that's a big situation. That's a choice that CuhzlightYear has to make. Good block. He can punish this. Medium. Oh, he's gonna.
Oh no,
okay.
yeah, but he has not loved his punish. He's dead now. But you can definitely get more after that nerf to the EX Bullhead in Season 4.
I thought he could do crouch medium punch activate into V-Trigger 1, and then he could do the activation combo from there. But I think he's just playing it. He's doing the default punish first.
Yeah, maybe not really checked it out since he's always had a punish, you know.
Yeah, we'll ask him.
Definitely something to ask about.
All right. Back to the neutral here. He's starting to slowly find his ground and try and win the neutral. Good reaction again on the V-Skill 1. We've been mentioning this from before. He can't do that liberally, CuhzlightYear.
But at the same time, since it is mid-screen and there is no Oki from that EX Bullhorn, and he's taking away from his super, it's not too much of like a punish in a way.
Yeah.
I think... Oh, well, that was a great conversion, countering the standing heavy punch. And again, he's really showing him, do not come at me with those. Ooh, the double dash though.
Just checking. He might walk again, you know. Walking and doesn't stand like it one of the round. Yeah, he just might walk at him.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's dead!
Oh, what a neutral jump. He definitely, he might have killed without, I mean, he could have killed without using the bar. Probably didn't expect the neutral jump to land on the slide there.
That was rough. And
made sure
what?
anyway.
He's clocked because the most successful way to activate for CuhzlightYear has been down forward medium kick. It has been a slide, and he's been neutral jumping to kind of check that as well.
Was that an EX? EX maybe? Oh, nice with punish. And here is the corner game. That was one. And this time it's UpChainLord who's missing his meaty.
Getting hit with all the heavies right now. Choose some gum to build some V-meter just for the V reversal just in case. He's right sneeze, yeah, and CuhzlightYear saw it before he lost the game. And Hanging Chain closes out another round here for UpChainLord in this first to 10, making it 4-1. I think if there's anything that needs to be exploited, and it's hard to get to this point anyway, especially when you want to mix up your options, I've noticed that UpChainLord's teching a lot, and it's kind of working. I'm not necessarily saying they're accidental throws. He feels he's going to get thrown. He's trying to tech, and he's getting. And CuhzlightYear is getting thrown out of a lot of stuff. So.
But I do feel like UpChain has been really on point when it comes to like the few times the forward the overhead has come.
Yeah.
It's like he's been hit a couple times, but he's also just jumped out the exact time that comes. So
yeah,
maybe CuhzlightYear is like
reaction
feels
again.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's just default. If you're making him spend the bar in that regard, then that's not a bad strategy. But overall, you're losing a lot of damage for that. Oh, losing a lot of health for that.
Yeah, he's not finding his entries. Okay, that was good for him.
Jump.
Air to air though, actually
No
finds a neutral jump, but
cancel.
drops everything again. He must. There's so many unfortunate
And
situations
again, like
for
you mentioned
CuhzlightYear.
before, Veggey, when he just snuffs out that situation with his throw or overhead, he just jumps out and gets what he needs.
He has such good reads on the reads, if you know what I mean. Right
He was
now.
talking about it
He's trying
before.
again. Yeah.
He was talking about it before.
Yeah. He's really reads a lot of reads.
Yeah, this matchup, at least in this aspect for neutral in terms of button play, it looks despicable for Ibuki.
No comments.
Yeah, no, you know what? Crash counter. Right, what's he going to do? Is he going to try and throw him again? No, he tried to counter a bullhorn when it's not there.
And finds the shimmy. It can end so quickly, and this is like one of the few situations Cuz is getting it started. He has been very unfortunate with some of his mistimed meaties earlier in the set, and then UpChain has had great reads. But if you can continue up the pressure sequences like this, I think that can be the momentum he needs to get back into this first attempt, because it's not over. It's far from over. It's just 4-1. Oh, what an empty jump light kick.
Boy, back thrown
again,
and he's in trouble. Good, wow, good jumping hard punch. Luckily escapes just by a slither there as CuhzlightYear goes back to the mid-screen. And again, he's picked V-Trigger 1, but it hasn't really helped him as much as I'd like to see it help him.
Well, I think maybe the V-Trigger 2 could add some more danger. The whiff punishes on the buttons will be stronger. You will have more access to them. So maybe it's just this matchup, it might not be as strong. Losing the reversals. Oh, great. Gutsy. What's it gonna be? Are we gonna see a wake-up super? He was baiting. No V-Trigger is gonna come from UpChainLord, but he still has the super. So any one hit is really big right now.
Okay, I think he's waiting for the trigger. Overhead.
Oh, finally gets the right read, but did not have much.
Right, he got him.
Oh my god!
The classic. Oh, it was gonna get him eventually.
You finish. I forgot about it until I saw it right now, Jammerz.
Here's what's crazy, right? So if he teched, or I think if he jumped forward as well, the kunai release is going to catch him anyway. He barely had any health to do anything, and you don't have any armored moves in the air, only your jump attacks. So it was completely fine. Good play there on CuhzlightYear's part. Slowly reducing that deficit. Still looking like a chore. It's a bit of a struggle there. That roundhouse has been doing so much work, giving him so much reward on defense there. UpChainLord.
Yeah, it really has. His usage of the heavy kick has been absolutely mesmerizing. Jammerz. Oh, tries to get that sweep on the stand fierce a little bit too late, but Cuz is really getting into form right now. Finding the timings, better at the timings. Easily managed to corner him this round. Quick corner. Oh, but he has the EX though, so no Oki.
Nice counter. That was a really nice counter. It keeps, at least if Birdie blocked that, it would have kept him in place. Nothing would have really happened. Ah, and he got him.
Oh, there he gets it, finally! Oh, and he gets a teabag as well. If I was Cuz right now, I would be getting ready to drop some mix-ups.
I'm telling you, oh wow, he's dead. That happens. No, that will happen to people. On occasion,
it will. When you back
try
that,
you'll try to jump, slightly walk forward, do something, the chain will catch you and you won't like it. I say that from personal experience, by the way.
Yeah. I know. I know you say that from personal experience.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that was interesting. Oh, great though. I think it's great for Cuz whenever UpChain uses one of those V-bars.
Check.
No super conversion. I really understand that, because that would have been low damage, but at the same time, he would get that Oki. What a crush.
Right, if he hits him now, Ibuki's dead. I think CuhzlightYear should not jump. I don't think it's a good idea. It's ill-advised at the moment, and he tried to check it. It didn't work out. Here comes Oki. I think he's still looking for it as well. He jumped. Good timing.
What a jump.
Good timing.
That was so good, and the activation is there. Has to hold that, and tries to tech.
That was sneaky.
No, dropped it again.
He tried a V reversal. That was a V reversal. That forward hard punch was a universal.
Yeah,
However,
for sure.
CuhzlightYear was very greedy. That activation combo in the corner, if he got it right, it would have killed. He didn't have to get reset, but I think he needed to do that just to get some psychological advantage there.
And what a jump in. It's just like the timing is so good in Cuz's favor, and he has such great reads going into this. Another good one. Oh, he tried again. UpChainLord at the brink of stun. Misses the meaty for the activation. Nice air to air, though. He's really good at those things that I'm not very good at.
Watch out.
UpChainLord,
He
so
might,
it's very
be
interesting
looking
watching.
for EX Bullhead into activation. You have to block that. There's a throw. There it is. Here it comes.
Oh, that
Right.
could block that.
Okay.
But now here comes. Oh, too far. Gets the activation. Has to kill. And finds the kill. It's
So-
suddenly like, it feels like to me that Cuz is just getting more into the groove, like more comfortable, calm down a bit, and finds better timings to do the stuff that he needs to do. He was just getting countered, and it was looking like a 9-1 matchup for the first, like, 5 games. And now it's just like evening out. He's finding the right reads.
Yeah,
it's not getting outread as much.
It still looks like a strenuous challenge. It still looks a bit difficult, but again, we're seeing V-Trigger 1 come into play a little bit more, starting to get a better understanding, on UpChainLord's gameplay. However, UpChainLord, I've got to agree with Veggey, man. UpChainLord's defensive choices and how he's handled a lot of this situation with Ibuki has been phenomenal, and he's going to take this round if he spends the bar. There you go. One, and then...
Oh no, she's not dead.
Well, that's why you're sitting next to me.
Yo, he just found that crouching light kick like that. That was really beautiful.
Jump in.
Oh, tries to jump into that. Had the air approach been stoppable, I would have agreed with the Ibuki players that this match is horrible. I think the air approach is what makes it doable.
I see what he's doing. Okay, reaction to Tenrai again with the EX Bullhorn. Yeah, CuhzlightYear needs to be careful with his corner game because he's looking for the command grab and wake up. That's why he jumped before. There's this throw. He might do it again. Watch
Another
him.
one, maybe.
There's another. Yeah.
Another one.
Good block.
Oh, try the overhead. Nice that he blocked it out. And this is too far for any command throw. Oh, he's doing the walk-up light kicks. The light frame traps. I mean, it's not too far away, UpChainLord from a kill because he has super soon, so he needs like one more heavy and then a super conversion.
Was coming out. Yeah, I think he thought a butt was coming out. That's why he went for that bullhorn. Quite.
But you know, Jammerz, he's one medium punch with punish away from taking the round. Luckily, nicely done by CuhzlightYear though. But this round was far from over on Birdie's end.
Could he have done a raw ball head on reaction into super and that would have killed, or that would have done a lot of damage anyway?
Yeah, maybe not killed because you only get half of the bullhorn, but you would have to be looking for the overhead anyway, I guess. Oh, great usage of the stab medium kick to stop the jump.
Roundhouse, I think the roundhouse still does 100 damage, or is it 90 or something? So it's like, that's still hurting.
It definitely is, and the conversions that he's been getting from it has been great as well. Nice slide. Gets it started. It was looking so rough in the start. Nice anti-air as well.
He's trying to look for
and I think that is a win when he gets him to use the V-reversal. UpChainLord has been so strong with his V-Trigger 1.
Right, he's going to have to do slide activate. He might have to go for slide activate, but UpChainLord might be looking for it. Reaction.
Oh no, that was unfortunate. We're really close on live. He's got to get an activation. Oh, what is going on right now? Nice, but he does not have that V-Trigger as we spoke of. He spent it already.
He can throw another bomb. I think he might have to throw the bomb raw. I think he has to just throw it raw. I don't think he's going to do it, but...
And there's no meter. UpChain has to hold this. He could not do it. No,
was that the heavy version? I don't think it was.
I'm not sure. There's a bomb.
Kick it back, kick it back.
Let's go. That was too funny. And I mean, I feel like it's really anyone's game.
One kunai left. No punish with the stand like it.
Punish. Oh, but finds that kunai. That was so close. And the way they play football. The way they play football.
He held back and hard punch and hard kick, and that's basically the longest duration for the explosion. I think that's 7 seconds or something. So you're gonna kick it back and forth, and you think it's the middle version, and it isn't. And it's like
they were definitely playing footsie.
Oh, they're playing. No, they're playing keep up. Good old football game. Keep up, baby.
Yeah, one tap or whatever it's called. Oh, he had a conversion there. Cuz tried to use that quick rise, weird animation to get button, but UpChain too solid on the meaties. With suddenly at 4-4, and it's just looking like CuhzlightYear is finding his form. A lot more good timings, but UpChain also has his own great timings, and what an air-to-air, just keep him cornered.
Nice combo.
I love it.
Throw will do it, and he got the frame trap.
That was too good. No, that was too good.
What was that? What a way to get perfect.
I love
something I've never seen you do before.
Bro, I don't even know why I'm here, to be
I
honest.
never seen you do that. My man did chewing gum in the guy's face and it worked.
Oh, yeah, like that? No, that was good. I think,
Dude,
yeah,
is
because
he
didn't
about
have
to
the
do
bar,
something
you know.
that's never been done on the show? Is he about to do this? No, he's not about to do it. Is he about to do it? Okay, he's not about to do it.
Oh, almost. If you're talking about the double perfect.
Yeah, of course I
But this
would.
is where it gets started. Oh, no punish though. Nice, meaty, safe slide. Keeps the pressure up.
Keeps him in the corner. I respect that reversal. Keeps him in the corner. It's the first one we've seen. Here's the stun.
And-
What's the
and
reset
he
going to be, though?
He snuffed out that empty jump light kick. Crouching light kick.
Okay.
Stays in front. Another empty jump light kick.
Here we go. Oi!
Risk it all, kunai, right? Had that been blocked, that would maybe have been the punish into the super, but it doesn't matter because when you make it hit, that's all that counts.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He wasn't going to block there because he's only going to try and throw, take, or jump, and that kunai will cover both those options. So CuhzlightYear
Yep.
made the correct choice, in my opinion, to go for that there. He still has
For
a
sure.
chance. If he hits medium, he's dead. There we go.
He's definitely at risk
He's
of
not dead,
being
but-
close to death, but very close to it.
Got him.
Oh, and he finds the overhead either way. That's one throw.
Got him.
And a
Yeah,
shimmy,
okay.
but he did not see the shimmy. And he tried the empty jump light kick again, but UpChainLord tech too early. Here comes the activation though.
Yeah, oh my word. Next hit
Oh
will
my
win it.
god,
Yeah,
these
next hit
walks.
wins it.
That was a great and gutsy crouching medium cut placement.
Veggey,
Too
here
far.
comes the Oki. Watch out,
Yeah.
come on, grab! No, he's all the way.
That was such a good block from CuhzlightYear. UpChainLord though. Any hit away, any hit away.
Yeah, he's seen it.
It gets hit by the slide, but is it enough to kill? It wasn't. Yeah, it's not that
He
great
needs
of
the
a
space.
damage.
Yeah,
he
he
got
needs the
hit him a
space.
lot of time, and they're playing football again.
Got him. Yeah, he got him. That was well played, and here it is. That's interesting. Very interesting neutral scenario, and something that you just almost never see as a V-trigger application for the bomb. He got the first one, and he went for Heavy Rider instead of the light version to send him full screen to put out the extended version for that detonation and just to kind of control that space. If he's using it to control the space, then I have no qualms with that, to be honest with you. I have absolutely no qualms with that. That looked really good. So far, so good. Obviously, late bloomer there for CuhzlightYear, but interesting has come back. Talk to me.
If you kick the bomb back,
Yeah.
is it yours then, or is it
No.
still the
So
Ibuki
it's not like Urian when he reflects a fireball back, it becomes his. It's not like who else?
Okay, so we don't get it.
Who else can you steal? There's something else you can change. Oh, it's escaped me right now. There's something else you can take and it becomes yours. Right, you can't. There you go, Cody when he swings it back with the pipe. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the same as Cody's either. When you just kick around the bomb, that's it. Has he changed V-triggers?
He just changed the costume.
No, he changed V-triggers.
Who changed V-triggers?
No, look at UpChainLord's side. He's changed V-triggers in V-skill.
Round one.
Yeah, look.
Oh, he just reversed it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's at the halfway mark. I mean, you get to V-shift, you get to V-reversal more when you have that V-trigger too.
Yes.
And you get access to that cross-up anti-air. So those are really great things. But you also lose that.
Oh, the back throw.
Sudden death factor. Oh my god,
no,
he
was
teabagged
just
back.
checking if his pad was working.
Oh my god, I saw what I saw, Jammerz. CuhzlightYear is feeling it. It's time for UpChain to do the reverse comeback.
I didn't see anything. Shouts to Shuckle for letting me know. I completely forgot that Manat can reflect things as well. My brain's just not with me today. Abigail can, yes, he can if he trigger one. Well, he absorbs it.
Yeah, and back heavy punch.
Yeah, no, but does it completely reflect it back in V-trigger 1, or does it?
I don't remember.
Neither
I think
can
it does. Yeah, yeah. You can even reflect the whole V-trigger of Rashid, or you could at least before.
Well, yeah, you could once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Anyway.
So now he's really got Cuz chained in because of that. Into the almost had the super, but not enough.
Okay.
Yes, the commando. So that is a good thing. But then again, of course, this would lose to the jump EX kunai or jump kunai. So there's still the mix-up, but at least you have a two-way mix-up instead of a cross-up, front, or EX move. So you get to some better control of the air approach, but you lose the walk speed and the comeback factor from V-trigger 1.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think a lot of these matches he hasn't really needed the comeback factor. He was controlling a lot of this stuff before it came into play. So let's see if V-trigger 2 can accentuate his neutral game. It's already been exceptional so far. Good air to air. See, this is what I mean. He was already doing this before the V-trigger.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but that is such an annoying range to be hit at. That was one throw.
He's in trouble.
There's another. Gets the activation, V reversals.
Dead.
Oh, just hit at the very end. Far from that, this is birdie damage. Jammerz, this isn't poison damage, this is birdie damage.
Be quiet. Your character still does damage. You just don't like to admit it. Oi. And remember what you got up against. That's 925 vitality, right? I think it's 925.
Yeah. So imagine how low that damage was.
Well,
Jammerz.
anyway, V skill and V trigger changed. It made a difference.
Working out. Working out.
Because sometimes when you do, obviously it's a fresh approach, different tools to be used in the neutral and your comeback factor, but maybe you just needed a different change in perspective on how he wanted to approach the neutral. So.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been so close. They've been playing excellent. Both of them have been playing so excellent. And seeing the change might not even be it. It's just that, I mean, it did give him that round, which he anti-aired with, which was a big change. But here was that up chain. It's not really been working out that much for him, but he has had a couple of ground chains and one up chain work out.
Nice anti-air with the back medium punch into the rider. Keep that corner control. He might be looking for a jump. Well, he did jump, but that's not what he wanted. All right. Here he comes.
And then you get some extra damage. This is 0-1 block with a double dash with no check on Cuz's side. Finds the anti-air.
Right, and there's no armor, so he's got to deal with this. Yeah, well, I think
he did the overhead. And that broke up the armor. And then he finds another one of the empty jump loads, which has been like a chink in the armor for UpChainLord.
It was a dent in the armor indeed. Dent in the armor. Nice low forward. Again, I just feel it's like these pokes are helping. They're not like a super deterrent against UpChainLord's gameplay, but they add up over time. It just means that CuhzlightYear has to work 10 times harder in certain aspects, and I can't afford to make that mistake he was talking about when playing as Ibuki in general, you know? Building up that V-gauge with the 10 ride. There we go. Gets a successful 10 ride this time round. Have to be really persistent with that V-skill one there, Cuz. Again.
Oh, you see. Oh, he actually had the read there, but the great. Not you see that the usage of V-Trigger too. Yes. Remember when I spoke about the matchup with you earlier?
Yeah.
It's so hard to choose V-Triggers because one of them gives you the ability to anti-air Ibuki should you jump normally, and the other one gives you the ability to anti-air her.
One mix-up will do it. Okay, messed up unfortunately.
That was a good, yeah.
That was a good delay rise. Tumbleweed mix-up. Oh, and he still got him anyway with the perfectly timed jump with the EX kunai to try and stop the low chain and V-Trigger too. I think that's going to be a detriment to him, UpChainLord, if he keeps doing that. If he assumes that CuhzlightYear is going to stay on the ground when he's got kunai available and meter, you cannot haphazardly just throw the chain to try and catch him. He will jump, and I think for the most part, a lot of the moves you can jump on reaction, which is why UpChainLord is throwing the up chain half the time to trick him into jumping.
Yeah. Ooh, no conversion on that with punish though. Finds another jump in. He's really found the perfect timing and spacing for those jump ins, I feel, Jammerz, and it's been a big change for him because on the ground, UpChainLord, as you can see, has been immaculate. But the air mix-ups from CuhzlightYear has just been so good at getting the momentum back for him.
Yes, indeed, that is correct from Veggey again, our birdie expert. Yeah, that doesn't work from that range anyway. If it was a little bit closer, I would have given it to you. Try to stop the armor.
But now though, he actually got him with the stand fierce to the low, but
he's trying to stop
it. And the stand fierce, no way, he's trying to activate after the stand heavy punch, and UpChainLord probably smelt it, going into that mid chain for the counter hit conversion and the kill. Definitely great awareness on UpChainLord's side.
Right. Nice whip punish.
Whip punish.
That looked pretty late as well, actually.
Yeah, you can do that quite late when you're used to the spacing and timing of the opponent, for sure.
Got into Splurge the bar, so no super is available, so you can't get a huge early life lead. Nice reaction again. That travels further than I thought it did. Overhead. Here it comes.
Here we begin. Another tech. That was a great check, but no conversion on the check.
Reaction again.
Nice. Uses the V-Trigger though, so now you need to get a big hit. But I mean, a stand fierce now should kill. Should it convert?
He needs the ball though, doesn't he? He's got it now,
you don't. Yeah, you know you don't.
Okay.
One stand fierce as this will be like 400 damage, 389.
Oh, he's trying to shimmy in. No dice. That's going to be dead though. And he splurges all the resources to take that round and take it to a final round in this next game. UpChainLord's looking to make it 6 apiece, but CuhzlightYear is looking
nice
to kind of strengthen that lead.
Oh, nice block. I would have crashed medium punch and lost the round already. That was great patience from UpChainLord. He's really good at not anti-airing at the wrong angle. He's been good at blocking and air-to-airing a lot. I think that's really impressive parts that he's shown in this matchup.
Of course.
As well as his, The Cuz now a lot more confident in just staying there, you know, just sitting there.
Back throw.
Oh, UpChainLord, you have to make this count.
All right, anti-air. I think he tried to do a delayed attack as well. He's dead. Yeah, that's dead. We're looking at 6 apiece here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. Veggey said you got the choices. The V-triggers do the business. Now what happens is, because this V-trigger's here, he identified that CuhzlightYear is jumping a bit too much. I'm going to capitalize on at least 50% when I got the right resources. Now all this forced CuhzlightYear to stay on the grind and allow him to win from there. This is where the mind game really happens. And it's very interesting to see because I wonder if CuhzlightYear is going to be deterred from jumping, or will he still be stubborn? Will he still be adamant on landing that EX kunai?
I think he should jump with the kunais when V-Trigger 2 is there, and then be more like accepting that you might get EX horned.
Yeah.
He might have been thinking that UpChainLord was in the next layer going to try to like EX horn when he had V-Trigger 2.
I see.
I mean, it's a mix-up, but the risk reward is really in Birdie's side when it comes to that normal jump at that point. But now again, the activation has been done, so Cuz can kind of like jump in more freely. But on the ground now, he's hit away from Guess for Game, so I think we'll see a slow down pace. Oh, he tries to get that sweep too far.
Right, pulls him in with the chain, gets hit with the overhead, activates off of the medium kick again. Here comes the mix-up. Oh, good block. That was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. But he's still...
That was a great chase down, yeah.
Yeah, he still lost the round there after blocking that V-Trigger 1 mix-up there.
Excellent chase down. Nice answer from UpChainLord. Almost has another bar. Has not really gotten to use V-Skill 1 a single time, I believe.
Yeah.
It is a V-Skill that's really hard to get out. Nice back throw.
Well, again, because he doesn't want to get jumped in on in the kunai, right? So...
Yeah.
yeah,
The double dash throw though?
sometimes
And
you
is
gotta
this
do it,
what is this what he's gonna be capitalizing on? Going more in on the ground. There's the activation though. Any
Come
hit
on,
now.
Grab, not dead. Because it's not V-Trigger 1. Yeah.
Yeah. One would have been
Oh!
close to that. No punish though.
Good block, and he had to risk it for the chocolate biscuit. He chased it
No
down.
way,
I don't know
what is
he's
going
doing.
on?
I have no idea what he's doing.
Maybe
What
he
on
was just
earth
feeling it.
that?
That's his up chain? Up kicks? Up kick lord? Is that the new guy?
We'll ask him, but I don't know if that was the intention there. That was a bit weird.
Might have been like missed the quarter circle forward, got the DP motion instead.
Quarter circle forward what?
Command dash. For the Oki.
I guess.
Maybe?
Give him the benefit of the doubt, I suppose.
Yeah. It's reset though. 6-6, 1-1. This is an extremely close match. Nice stoppage. Nice the activation.
There it is, there's a can, he's going to rock him into it. Yeah, you have to hit it. Oh, wow, it did hit.
Ooh.
I think he didn't know which side it landed on, so...
That was really good though.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
He's definitely most like this. So now I see the V-Skill 1 pick. For the activations, you're getting the V-Skill 1 right, yeah.
Wow.
You get that one good V-Skill can. So that's good.
I feel similar to you. I feel he's UpChainLord. Like he's very expressive with the birdie. Like he's obviously using the entire V system, having some fun. He's also obviously showing you what is his style of birdie, which is great to see. And he's also playing the matchup how it's supposed to be played. So it's actually really cool to see how adaptable and versatile he can be in a matchup like
Definitely.
this. But yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the show as much as we are here. A very close set. It's hard to call it a winner here because these guys just going back and forth and making it as entertaining every second of the way. Birdie versus Ibuki. We've already seen somebody change their V-Skill and V-Trigger. Will CuhzlightYear go to Makabishi, the V-Skill 2? Or will he bring out that Shuriken? I doubt we're going to see the Shuriken because it is 0%. I think he'd like to keep that number. It's a nice number in some stats.
I mean, against Birdie, I think the V-Trigger 2 is better as you get like 2 opportunities for an activation. It's a roll with punish.
Yeah,
but it's the V-Skill change.
Right,
that's
so
interesting.
What he's going to do, because he can't use 10 right liberally because he gets countered by EX Bullhorn, if he does get the knockdown successfully, he's just going to put the cow chops down and UpChainLord, unless he's super familiar with CuhzlightYear's V-Skill 2 setups, you're about to see some stuff with the cow chops you probably haven't seen before.
Yeah. But more comfortability though. Less to look out for, I guess, for UpChainLord. So there's that, but this jump chase down, that ninja jump chase down. Oh, the wrong V-Skill. Was probably thinking he still had the other V-Skill, right? But it worked out anyway.
Right, there's a cow chop. That's fine. Yeah, and the cow chop can lock you in place. Yeah, see? There. So, because he kicked it, it's still active. Good check.
No conversion though. Because UpChainLord has that V-Trigger ready. Jumping can be dangerous.
Keep it there. Yeah. Ooh. Kick it. It doesn't go that far when you kick it though, so. Got the forwards.
chipping away at his life.
Got him
little
with the
by little.
ball
That was a
Revenger.
good
Gets some
one.
Oki as well. Has to get a clean hit, and CuhzlightYear can't jump too close. He's got to be far away. Oh, he's dead.
Definitely does, but he has the activation, and it's a reset on the hit. I think he must have missed the combo. Works out either way, though.
I think the timing of the slide's the difficult part. Oh, he got him right at the start.
He got
Heavy
star
upset.
one. Ooh, he's
Oh,
just
he
looking
thought
at
he
him.
did.
Oh, that taunt, you should not have done that taunt right now.
Yeah, you
because like
definitely
you
not.
were giving away 20% of your life, or maybe even more.
Oh, dear. Oh, it's
Oh
all
my God!
falling
Oh,
apart.
for that taunt.
Oh, wow. Oh, he missed up
No,
the sequence.
he dropped something again. Yeah,
These guys are the best.
they really are.
Do
So
you know what he's going to
expressive.
say? He's going to say, I tried to view burst, so it came out as a taunt.
I mean, he might. He has used the reversal though, so CuhzlightYear can definitely try to get out with a jump. Too many jabs.
Oh, okay. He really. Oh, I think he probably did the wrong move because he put the kunai, but that should be the game. Yep. And there
Definitely
you have it.
is. It was a great start to that round. CuhzlightYear with the up chain, but then he went into the taunt directly after, and it cost him the entire round. That is the momentum that CuhzlightYear can bring to a battle.
This is how it goes. I'm afraid it's like when you get too into your stride, you may slip on a banana peel, and your opponent might overtake you. Heck, they might catch up to you. We'll see. But yeah,
Nice
it's basically it is a race to 3. If I've got the numbers right, the score should be 7-7. Yes, that's what it says up there. Damn, and I'm losing track of time and the score. It should be 7 apiece.
Oh, unfortunate for UpChainLord. He had the hit, but didn't believe. But there's another chance for CuhzlightYear in the. It's been a while since the heavies have been working out, but they're working out again.
Oh, good out counter up there. Stop the ball, Revenger. About to lose
Such
by
a
one
round.
button. Yeah, he's about to lose by one button alone. Oh!
This is, but he finds it jumping. This is it. What a jump out.
Yeah.
And what a reaction. Being ready after all of that messy. That was really good.
And you know what? That actually takes a lot of situational awareness and patience, right? Because when you jump out of something, the immediate answer for a lot of opponents is to jump back. Like, immediately
Yeah.
to jump back. So the fact that he waited and snuffed that out was brilliant play
Really
there from
good,
UpChainLord.
Wow, what a walk-up throw. Finds the tech.
Good check.
No conversion though from UpChain. Might just want to save his meter. Slides under the heavy kick.
He is being so resilient with these lights to make sure CuhzlightYear is not in throw distance, but he gets to throw anyway because the cow trap allowed it. And he's out.
What a jump out. Actually got the medium kick from there.
Cow trap.
This is the culture up.
He can kick it.
Now I know the name.
He can kick it.
Oh my days. Could he have blocked? Who knows?
There's a kunai.
It's
to
a
the
banana.
tail.
Finds the low. Finds the low.
What's he
Finds
doing?
another one.
What is he doing? Oh, the bait! The bait! He did that. He literally did that 30 seconds before it even came out. But
Oh my days.
It
He didn't want to deal with no
was-
wake up, crouch, medium kick, whatever mix up from that DP.
he just backdashed.
Just the pure bait.
Yeah, look, he just backdashed, got out of there.
Took me back to the
and-
Street Fighter 4 days, you know, when people backdashed on the opponent's wake up. If they predicted that DP FUTs, right?
And listen, he said he's a very read-based. He's all about that psychological warfare, getting your head, staying in your head rent-free without even trying. I mean, that taunt put him in a bit of trouble,
What's
but
going on? Yeah, it really did.
actually that put him in a bit of trouble. But damn, this is actually pretty cool to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're cool. They're really fun and expressive players who can really switch up the gameplay.
Okay, throw attack. Caught him with the rider. I'm not sure if that was an execution error, but we'll give it to him anyway.
Oh, and he missed that. A bit of a tight timing getting that throw-ish
Anti-air.
loop, and is not ready for it, and that's big damage.
Shit, Lord, that did a lot.
You mistimed his EX commando. That should be auto-timed from the dash-in, or at least very doable. Another one!
Oh, he caught him and he gets
Another
off this
one.
and he's got no meter!
Oh, what a great!
Where's the kunai? Why did he release the
no,
kunai?
the patient was amazing.
Hang on.
And then to actually DP after. No, don't run away. Now you're letting it slide on you.
Wait, when does that stop rolling? What the hell? What?
Oh yeah, when you smack it with a low chain,
It doesn't leave. That's what you're trying
No.
to say. It just doesn't leave.
No, it does leave.
It
but
did,
it stops
it took
bouncing.
too long.
Yeah.
It took too long
Yeah,
for
yeah.
my liking.
I mean, what can I say?
Throw attack.
What can I say, Jammerz? Oh, another one of those up chains. But he's doing it in a lot of places where Cuz just isn't ready to punish properly.
Listen, that change with the when the chain, the V-Trigger 2 can knock the can, that's been there since the V-Trigger 2 came into the game. That's been there for years. You just never see it. You just never
We
see
just rarely, it's rarely utilized.
it. And you don't see Birdie anymore, so that counts.
That's true.
Wake up buttons. Here comes a reset. Overhead.
Oh,
He's got one more
finds the
bomb. He's got one more bomb, Veggey.
He definitely does. Oh, he did the
Oh,
I tried
what?
to DP through it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I'm not sure about.
I don't know if that works.
No,
It was a nice try, though.
I'm not sure if he wanted to. I think if he recovered in time, if that's what he thought. He lost the bar.
Oh, finds another one of those revenge trips and he's hit on the recovery frames there. Oh, this is strong. UpChain is running away with it again right now. He's really slowed down because does not want to give him that last game lead. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the guesses. Try the heavy kick. Wow, the empty jump low again. He remembers.
Okay, gets the anti-air.
Oh, another one.
That was a ball hit. That was a ball horn.
It definitely was.
must have
Now,
been.
if you jump, you will lose. If you do a regular jump, finds that activation though. Banana is there. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
He actually can't do anything because EX ball horn on reaction will work.
Oh,
Okay, that's fine.
team.
Right, that's gonna be bouncing for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, he got him.
And finds it.
He has to block. He has
can
to
punish.
Yeah, he has to hold this.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because I wasn't really watching like you were. What's it gonna be? All that work for no damage, as I like to
Just ball
say.
horn. Yeah, he tried.
Oh my God, no! It's suddenly so close. I don't know what
Oh, he
happened. How
got
did he get back in
it.
it? That was amazing. How did he get back in that round? CuhzlightYear never gives up. He's just like Buzz Lightyear, only he's a Ibuki player instead. He never gives up. He's in a foreign world, out in space, fighting against this weird space alien called Birdie, and he doesn't give up. Just keeps going in, and he will come back
I don't know where you're going with that
to
story.
eternity and beyond, or whatever it is. To infinity and beyond.
I don't know where you're going with that story. You try to make it like compelling and keep people engaged, but you lost me from the moment you said it. Oh man, you're the best. You are the
No,
best.
you're the best, my bro.
All right.
Suddenly
so,
it's like even again.
I think it's
it
8
was
apiece.
looking
Is it
so
8
good.
apiece?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 8 apiece.
8-8. It was looking so good for UpChainLord, but right now, CuhzlightYear, he's been fighting back for a long time. Had the lead. Now it's even again.
All right, there you go.
Someone said something great in chat. To the corner and beyond. I wish I was that smart, like that good. If I had those bars, I don't know. That was amazing.
You'll get there eventually. Tech. Oh, he's trying to really catch him, Tech, and he gets the stun eventually. Builds the bar, and he's able to get the slight edge in this exhilarating close set here. Damn, Ovar had to go to a concert for this? Damn.
He's definitely missing out on one of the more, like, matches those sets that you don't get to see a lot. That is really interesting. And I'm loving how they both slow down and speed up at different intervals and how they're making it work. And now UpChain is back at that. He's been so good at catching that dash from Cuz.
Knock it out, kick the couch up.
With a heavy kick.
Keep it simple.
Nice. Reversal crouch, immediate slide.
Well, he started to challenge and try to react to the empty jump.
Yeah.
It still is a bit difficult for a lot of players to react to empty jump lows because we have quite a number of players that do that in the European region. But a lot of people might not have been able to deal with that because that used to be a very big thing in cross-Tekken, by the way. So.
Yeah.
Okay. No kunai to kind of keep him in his tracks. Here comes the can.
But he uses that couch drop to keep him cornered. Oh, no conversion though. That was unfortunate.
That would have been the game.
Hit a bit too high.
Sweet. Bringing him in with the chain, just wants to take it, And I think, just like you pointed out before, good observation, he tried to do slide activate again. He's not respecting that a button into the low chain can be a frame trap depending on the button. He has to do reversal. If he wants to do that, he has to do reversal. He doesn't want to risk that as well.
Oh, this is really strong position early for Cuz. I was thinking maybe we would see that super soon. He needs... Nice. Gets out there.
Good check.
Tries to bait something with a backdash.
Just walks away. He's been blocking that stand hard punch a lot. Good spacing on UpChainLord's part. Okay.
Ooh, I wonder if that was an EX horn that became a regular horn. He spent 2 bars now. Life is more even, but no super threat.
This is not... Oh, that's not what he wanted. He wanted back medium punch, and he got execution error, and he's going to be stunned.
It's been a while, baby, and UpChainLord is back in the driver's seat.
That was unfortunate because that was literally it. There wasn't too much to separate the two in that round there, but again, execution errors get severely punished in Street Fighter V, and you'll know about it, and so will your health bar. That's unfortunate.
That was very unfortunate.
You hate to
Did
see
you
it.
see what?
You hate to see it. Oh, okay. We've gone back to character select screen again. Are we?
Maybe he's going back to the other reskill.
Yeah. He's not going to pick Fuma Shuriken. Like, he's not going to do that.
I think that is that's a really big thing in this, an important thing in this match, having that V-trigger.
Well, I mean,
because the whip punish game you get from it with Ibuki
what's the score? Is it 8-8 or 9-8 to
9-8 for UpChain?
Right. Okay. So let's look at it from a different perspective, right? So obviously, not picking Fuma Shuriken to us, the third eyes, are just saying that's a bit questionable from the get-go. But he's been able to keep it this close using V-trigger 1, and he hasn't utilized it the way he's wanted to. So I don't blame CuhzlightYear for not doing that at all, and he's gone back.
Oh no, for sure. He knows.
Yeah,
he knows more about his Ibuki than me. I just feel like it's such a good option to have against Birdie. The whiff punishes you get from that V-trigger into a mix feels really strong. I want to ask him about that later.
Yeah, we'll do that. Make sure you
Nice
that one
check
down.
on the dash from UpChainLord, and the first command throw after a bullhorn mid-screen. I think the entire set.
Well, let's see if UpChainLord can close this one out, or CuhzlightYear give us one more game. Give us that treat we've always been asking for, that we can't have until after dinner. Nice air to air.
Oh, nice fun punish. And goes for the empty jump low, and that's why the EX bullhorn is working.
Here it comes.
This round is drawn for UpChainLord. What a tech.
Go across.
Finds the cross up.
No activation.
No.
Interesting choice there.
Oh,
I think the activation
can't really
could have been
jump.
big
Yeah,
for him.
they can't really jump right now. Oh, no punish. Activation will kill.
Well.
UpChainLord on set point.
Well. The EX bullhorn into activation saves UpChainLord once again, putting him at set point here. He's going to be looking comfortable, and I still think we might see an UpChain to close out this game. I could be wrong.
That would have been amazing.
I could be wrong.
Or maybe to throw away. I hope not.
No, he won't throw it. I don't think he'll throw it away.
Oh, nice tech. Finds that medium kick and blocks it out. Great decisions.
Okay,
This
there's
is
a
huge.
hanging
This
chain.
is huge.
It's out banana. There's a
This
chain
is
again.
looking really grim right now for Cuz. UpChain in full control right now. Here's an activation, but so little damage as we've seen.
Russell.
Oh,
And he keeps him
got
in the corner as well.
Yeah, everything worked. No, the
that's
neutral
it,
jump
that's it.
into the super one, and that did what? I love that he's ready. He went for the biggest reward shimmy, but there was no tech on UpChainLord's side. He anti-airs with the V-trigger 2 for the game. You can see now why it's hard to decide.
Well, all right. I tell you what, it was the patience, the optimization. It was, of course, the expression. You can see it there in UpChainLord's gameplay. Let me see it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. GG's in it. I want to see it because this was great to see. Like I said, a matchup that is almost non-existent. We got to see it in full effect in a first to 10. And damn, was it pretty close. Because I tell you what, you're never going to see it again. You can only see it here exclusively on this show, twitch.tv/Capcom. Let everybody know this. Tune in on the Tuesday show. Only because you get the most unique, unorthodox matchups here. But what we are going to do, we're going to take a time out because I want to make sure these guys are back with us and ready to go for more interviews and more questions to be asked regarding that matchup. So give yourself 5 minutes and we'll be back with the guys in the chat. See you in a bit.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. No! Hey, stop! Watch out!
Safety first, bud.
You my new recruit? Yeah, gotta say, you're photogenic. Again, you can call me Luke, or just Coach.
Spinning bird kick.
In game, fight!
Rising uppercut.
Spinning bird kick.
Gotcha!
Headbutt.
Shoryuken.
It'll frozen from his knees. Shall we begin? Showtime! Step into the ring! Don't expect me to be a pushover. I'm so strong! I'm too smart! Here comes a new challenger! Fighter 6. Scrap heap. Ready. Start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring UpChainLord and CuhzlightYear in the first to 10. If you are just joining us, Nipwa, no more games, we're all done. Go home. No, stick around, please. Please stick around.
Go home.
I want you all to stick around to hear these guys' thoughts, and we talked about Street Fighter 6 in a bit. But I've got to make sure they're both here first. So, CuhzlightYear, UpChainLord, are you guys back loud and clear?
I'm here, bruv.
Yeah, there we go. I love it. I love how he says bruv with such a surge. I'm here, bruv. That's it. I like it. London assertion. He's there. But yes, UpChainLord, first of all, congratulations on winning that set. That was great to see.
I appreciate that.
You guys kept it very, very close. But my first question for the both of you, but we'll get it from UpChainLord's perspective. Obviously, I've got a specialist with me in Veggey, but I want to hear your perspective. How do you go about fighting Ibuki? How does the neutral game go for you, essentially?
The neutral, I mean, I think it's pretty birdie dominant on the ground. I mean, obviously you saw like I couldn't anti-air worth a damn for anything. So like the air approach is probably the best approach as far as Ibuki versus birdie. But again, kind of we talked about it before. It's based off the V trigger, like that bomb V trigger. I mean, I've labbed it up, down, left, right, you know, all of it, and I still can't. Every time that someone Ibuki activates the bomb, like a bomb goes off inside my body, and I'm like, damn, I might lose this, no matter like what the health is. So really, it's like it's one of those things where obviously the name of the game is to try to, you know, beat your opponent, but when I beat him up, he gets V trigger, so it kind of makes me like, damn, like that's when the real match actually begins. So neutral wise, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable. I mean, like, to be honest, I think that my neutral can keep up with anyone when I'm on top of it. But as far as like all the other mental stack and like anti-airs and trying to figure out what kind of jump, or if it's going to be air kunai, EX air kunai, all that, it's like it's a lot to deal with in the moment. But luckily Birdie has a lot of tools to kind of like bypass that.
Yeah, okay, no, it's pretty interesting. I like that the confidence when you said, you know, it's like when I'm on point, like I feel my neutral can compete with some of the best out there. No, that's great to hear. I like that. CuhzlightYear, what about you? What about your perspective on this matchup? This looks pretty tough. It looks like you're doing a night shift and no extra pay to get half the damage Birdie does. Am I right in saying that, or do you feel Ibuki has a winning way in the neutral?
No, he wins neutral free, but it's definitely a tough matchup. I have to just try to get in and stay in when I can. But yeah, it's not an easy matchup at all.
Okay, and then there's a couple of situations I noticed. Because you're using a 3-bar V-trigger, there was times where UpChainLord, he did bullheaded to V-trigger on block, and you kind of had a decision to make whether to eat the mix-up, and if you guess right, you can activate your V-trigger, or you could V-reversal away, because obviously you can V-reversal that activation. What were you thinking most of the time? Were you just saying, I'll take the mix-up and try and guess right, or were you super scared of that mix-up? Talk to me.
No, I'm just trying to take the mix-up usually. People that watch me, I don't really EXDP that often. It's very rare that I use it, and it's also very rare I use V-reversal. And I do use V-shift, I do use V-reversal, but it's in extreme situations. In those situations, I'm not really worried too much, because I mean, if he just command grabs me, it's whatever, I'm not tripping. So most of the time I'll just take the mix-up in that situation.
Damn, do you know, I respect you for saying I'm not too worried when you're playing a character that's got below 950 vitality. I'd be worried from the character select screen. That's just
been playing it forever, so I'm used to it by now.
That is crazy. But yeah, no, you know what? I've got to ask another question as well. There was something Veggey noticed. I think your punishes were a little bit weak on EX Bullhead in V-Trigger 1. You did reversal DP, but I think Veggey said you could have got a little bit more. Is that something you labbed, or is that something you just know from like the previous version of the game? If you could enlighten us on that.
No, I mean, any version of his bullhorns are punishable by heavy DP. You just have to do reversal timing.
Okay.
I just missed it a couple times. I actually missed a lot of things. I was getting I'm pretty sure you saw me. I got DP and neutral a few times too to lose a round. So I was just missing some stuff. Were
those quarter circle forwards?
No, just trying to do. So what happens when I play a lot is I walk back and forth a lot. So when I'm walking back and forth, if I try to walk back and forth and then because I was trying to do medium kick slide, sometimes she won't do that and she'll do DP because of like negative edge or the shortcuts or all that stuff. So I do get that sometimes, and it happened twice in a row, which was super annoying, but it happens.
Okay. That
was crucial as well. So that was very unfortunate.
Yeah, because
Very bad. 2 times in a row too.
Yeah, and look, do you know what? We've said it before, and I'm pretty sure both of you guys as players have experienced this. It's when you have an accidental input in a game like this, when your opponent doesn't really care and they have 50% on the table to land. It's just like, yeah, I lost because of an accident. That wasn't your fault per se. So it's unfortunate to see. So this is an impromptu question for you, CuhzlightYear. Similar to, I think, who has this? Dalsim has this. When he does, and I think Abigail has it. When he does down back medium kick, a different move comes out. But if they did down forward, they'd get their crouching medium kick. Would it have been easier if Ibuki's slide was like maybe a down back input instead of a down forward input to allow you to walk forward, or are you not really fussed about it?
If they change the input, it would be easier. But I mean, I'm so used to it by now. It's just, it's just my own self. Like sometimes I'll even be walking back and forth, and then I'll try to back medium punch anti-air, and because I'm walking back and forth, I'll get Rada. It's just me and the way that I just got to work on it. It's my own fault.
Do you play on pad or stick or hitbox?
I play on stick.
Okay, so obviously just the freedom of movement, you're more likely to get those execution
That
errors.
accident, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because I've started training hitbox, but I don't know if I like it or not yet.
No, do you know what? I respect that opinion as well. Now, obviously, going back to UpChainLord before I hand it over to Veggey. Veggey, having him sit next to me is really good because he just notices everything about this character, which is great to see. He mentioned something regarding the V-trigger choices. You can pick between winning on the ground and having a comeback and just dominating or covering the anti-air option basically 10 out of 10 times. Is it safe to assume you swapped your V-trigger UpChainLord because the kunai approach, the jump-ins that CuhzlightYear was landing successfully, just getting in, and obviously when you change, you're winning. Is it safe to assume you swapped your V-trigger because to cover that approach, or...?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, not necessarily because of the EX kunai, just mostly just the cross up, because, you know, any birdie knows, like, birdie has a lot of blind spots. So, like, towards the end, like, because, no pun intended, but I was really nervous. So when I get nervous, I miss anti-airs. So, okay. I was missing a bunch of anti-airs. I couldn't differentiate between what kind of jumping it was. So, like, when in doubt, you know, like air-to-air fierce, like I really love that. Like that's one of my favorite moves from birdie. So like that doesn't really matter about the as far as V-trigger choice, but I feel as though like it's one of those things where I always for V-trigger 2, like if I'm on the ground and it's just on the ground, then I'm winning. But if they jump, then all it takes is one time. So you know, because that's like 400, 500.
Yeah.
So that to me, yeah, the V trigger is just and also it's 2 bars. You know, I'm pretty liberal as far as like V reversals, V shifts. You know, I don't really V shift as much because I kind of forget the mechanics in the game sometimes. But like, to be honest, like you know, like to me, I would rather try to birdie. One thing that's good about him is that. Like, obviously, V-Trigger is a comeback mechanic, but because his V-skills, like, especially V-skill 1, you can gain V-gauge so quickly, so you could even be ahead with a comeback mechanic. So that's one thing. So, like, be able to get multiple V-Triggers with V-Trigger 2 is also another reason why I wanted to go with that. And also, like, the pairings, too. So I wasn't really getting that much mileage off the bubblegum. Like, to me, I feel as though it should be V-Skill 2 with V-Trigger 1. Yeah. So, the bubblegum with and then V-Skill 1 with V-Trigger 2. Like, I always like to pair it that way. I mean, sometimes some matchups I do, both 1-1, 2-1-2 or whatever. But I just wasn't getting much with the bubblegum as much as I'd like. I mean, I did have some cool stuff with it, but like as far as like my neutral and stuff, I just that's why I call it bombs versus bananas, because I just really enjoy using the banana. It's just a force field.
Yeah, no, that's pretty interesting. I like the way you articulate the comeback mechanic. So you can get a comeback mechanic in advance, sort of thing. You get it ahead of time. No, that's a pretty interesting way of like talking about and seeing comeback mechanics in general. But Veggey, please, because I know you.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, you had really great approaches and great switch ups and everything. You were really But I had one thing that I was wondering about in the approaches. You didn't always charge the bullhorn. Is that intentional because you don't think you always need to get the Oki, or is it because you want to have every button available at all times?
Hey, I'm holding bullhorn all the time. And a lot of times I just like to confirm into the chain and stuff, especially when I have bubblegum. Just because it's, with the buff where you can, access the bubblegum from that. A lot of it is just muscle memory of basing it off of that. And also a lot of times, I'm not the best with, what we call it, the rule of Gotti, shout out to Gotti, as far as, stand light kick, that meaty, my meaties aren't that good, and especially online, where I have to think about so many other different factors. I sacrifice my Oki a lot just so I can get setups and try to. I prefer the space,
Yeah, I understand. So you'd rather have the space and not deal with the meaty timing, quick rise, back rise. And I mean, it was working out for you with the medium kick chain. I think you also got the V-skill 1 out. I'm not sure if... Do you know if Ibuki can punish if you throw the V-skill 1 out after the medium kick chain, or is that just like a go-to for us?
I think it's
just more flowchart on my part, but I feel as though probably, Cuz probably would know more better than me. Yeah. Honestly, don't really.
Because I don't really know either.
Cuz, I think you've done it a couple of times, probably not in that specific situation. But when you see Birdie just use V-skill 1 from full screen, is it only the regular kunai that can connect, or can you get an EX kunai for the explosion and close the gap?
It just depends on how close I am to him.
Okay, fair. No, that's
so after the MK chain though, medium kick chain, which is full screen afterwards.
Full screen? No, full screen. No, I can't do anything. I mean, I could just throw like a regular kunai, but it's not worth it. If it's a little bit closer, I can do command dash, but nobody's doing it that close. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. And I want to ask a quick question to Cuz. Cuz, your V-skill swap. Obviously, I think it was obvious why you swapped V-skill 1 to V-skill 2. Because obviously the EX bullhorn was reacting to your V-skill 1. You couldn't really use it. Is there anything specific that the V-skill 2 does against Birdie, or is it just universal mix-up and just corner control that you're using the caltrops for?
It's just universal mix-ups and corner control. There's nothing Birdie specific. I just wasn't getting any use out of the V-skill 1, or he was literally just never blocking ever. So there was really not much. So now that I know that he plays like that, I'll be fine. I'll hit the lab, but I just didn't expect him to play to that extent like that, like just complete never ever blocking. But he won, so we'll see how it goes.
I mean, I'm sure we could. We could check the tapes. I mean, you could always put on the inputs. I'm sure there's a few down backs in here and there, but I mean, it's just, to me, my philosophy is, it's like, of course I'm gonna do whatever to win, but like, as I was saying before, like, I'm playing, a player that is above my level, so I have to do whatever it takes to make up for the gaps, and part of it is just, playing like an ape. And then, but it's like, but I understand, it's not like I'm doing things where I don't understand what the consequences are. It's just, as my guy, Dr. Danny Pham always says, you live by the read, die by the read. It's just reads. It's just guesses.
I mean, like, I could see.
Some of those I wouldn't call reads for the most part. Some of them were, some of them just literally on an air reset, you EX something every single time. So that's not a read. You're just doing it because you don't want to block or deal with the mix-up or the throw or whatever I'm going to do in that situation.
Well, I'm reading the button, but of course, I forget that you always do back medium punch with every single string. So I keep forgetting that, or
every
grab.
String?
So I mean,
every string. I did back medium punch to cover your EX moves. So that's the only reason I did it.
So wait, hang on. Let me interject there real quick. CuhzlightYear, is back medium punch guaranteed every time against the EX bullhorn? Is that specifically what it's
on wake up? On wake up, if he does any EX move, it's 2 hits, so it knocks him out. Okay. So that's why I definitely didn't do it every time. I can do stand light kick. Yeah, I can do stand light kick into Rada or DP.
Okay.
Even on regular hits. So like if he doesn't do anything, but he just gets hit with 2 of the back medium punches, I can still do stand light kick into whatever.
Okay. No, because obviously I don't see this matchup because I rarely see these characters. I only see Veggey playing Birdie because he's just foolish to keep playing this character. But hey, here we are. But I learned something new today with the back medium punch, and Veggey did identify that as well. Speaking of like reads and not reads, UpChainLord, you managed to land you managed to live up to your name at one point. You did land an UpChain. Do you never feel afraid that someone's just going to take 50% off you for doing that? Because I think there was at one point, I think CuhzlightYear wasn't ready, but you did UpChain. I think you closed the gap, but you couldn't quite get punished. Are you ever afraid of someone just landing 50% and then you're never going to do it again, or you're just going to keep doing it?
Well, the way I look at it, it's like so if the weatherman says, oh, there's an 80% chance of it to rain in Seattle, right, and it doesn't rain, he's not wrong. So that's the way I look at it for UpChain. It's like, just, it's like I'm playing the odds. But like, one thing that I know about just our history of playing, it's just a lot of times the second round he does the air, whatever that move is.
Yeah.
So that a lot of the times the rounds start, I like to do that just to try to catch and try to see if I can catch that. But yeah, but going back to the original question, it's like, nah, there's nothing in me that makes me afraid of anything in this game.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Not even Dawson, UpChainLord?
I mean...
Okay, well, that's not fear. That's like hatred and like disgust and like wanting to like do something to the developers and stuff. But that's a different conversation, of course.
That is definitely a different conversation. Now, yes. There was something... Where did it happen? You did a taunt at one point, UpChainLord.
Yes. I'll tell you.
Okay.
No. So UpChainLord did the backdash or just heavy chain early, and it landed, and he was like in a commanding position, so he did the taunt, and then he lost it.
Was that taunt intentional, or?
Yes and no. Sometimes I use taunt to charge Bullhorn, EX Bullhorn.
Okay.
But I have in the past have said that I think that they should make it so UpChain and taunt is a real string. I think that'd be really funny. As a homage to, getting the read off. And, going back to what you were saying about, like, being afraid to use it and not, it's just, like, as a whole, like, Cuz has my number and is a better player than me, but I wanted to have fun, and I wanted to, say, if I'm gonna, because, like, I really was nervous and scared about losing. Like, I thought I was gonna get smoked, when he was making the comeback, so I was like, I better... Because who knows, they might not want to have me back, or I may not ever get an opportunity to do this again. So I might as well have some fun, at least create some dialogue and whatnot.
Well,
I really enjoyed this episode. The banter in game that we were seeing was really great. Like how you would start with the teabag or taunt, and then when Cuz was getting in that dominating position, he would just like let you know with the slow bags, and it was like great back and forth conversation between you. In the game, so I was wondering if you guys were like friends for a long time, because it almost looked that way in a conversation you were kind of having while playing the game. But I do hear you a lot like saying that you don't think you will get the opportunity. I think you play really great, and I think that if you could just get more confidence in your play, you'll probably get to play more like yourself at all the time. Because you said, what was it you said when you came into the chat again, that you were nervous about throwing it away or something because you feel like you always come just short when you're at these positions?
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like when I play at my best, I feel as though I am generally one of the best birdies in the world and one of the best in the world, not even just the West Coast, when I play my best. But how often I can get to that level, it's a consistency thing. So like, I'm just not consistent when it comes to tournament time. A lot of it had to do with, seeking validation, thinking that I can be someone better, or like because I really enjoy and I love Street Fighter V. It's kind of going back to like the teabagging and the taunt and stuff. It's because it's out of respect. Like to me, like I've always it's endearment on my part, because I'm a very like chill like polite person in real life, but in the game, like I have no friends. But like inside the game, like even like I was explaining before, I have an identical twin brother. Shout out to Miles. And even when we play, we're like talking smack to each other, and I'm just like I'll like shimmy him and he won't grab, and I'm like, do you even understand that's an option? Do you understand there's a game? You know, and like, and then like I'll like, not like, or like I'll grab him and I'll try to grab him and he'll tech, like, and that's that like twin Yomi stuff. But yeah, kind of went on a tangent there. But what I'm really trying to say is just that when I get the opportunities, I need to be able to like, you know, step up, because there's so many people that are so good, but like for like the World Warrior and stuff, like I didn't play well, and obviously like Capcom Cup is the pinnacle and stuff like that. So like, but now like I'm having more fun, and I'm just not focused on like, I'm focused more on the game instead of like trying to like make something of myself from it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like
I get what you're coming from.
We put a lot of like, when you put a lot of time in something, you kind of sit there and you realize it's like, well, it's kind of like talking about the Warlord thing. It's like it doesn't mean anything. It's not like once you get Warlord, like someone opens your door, it's like, yeah, here's that $1 million, Warlord Birdie. You know, like it's not like that happens or anything like that. It's just kind of solidifies that the time that you put in, you actually, you know, demonstrated that you know how to play the game.
No, I totally get where you're coming from, and being consistent at the highest level is not just hard for you, it's hard for everyone. With games these days, I'm pretty sure everyone here can agree, with games these days, if you stop playing for a day, you feel like you've missed a year of work. You really do. And it's like, what happened? Nothing happened. This is you decided to take a break, and the next guy was grinding for 8 to 12 hours or whatever. Also, when you're talking about seeking validation, you've probably heard this. You've been around for a little while now. You've probably heard it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to be the big bad wolf. You need to stop seeking validation because you're not going to find it anywhere. You need to do things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's like when I transitioned into not feeling that way, I played a lot better, and I was a lot better, you know, because like, if you're seeking validation through playing a freaking video game, then it's like the people that you're going to get validation from, you probably, you know, it's not really necessarily, you know, like it's going to enrich your life that much. It's just, to me, like I just really enjoy playing, you know, the game, and I enjoy playing Birdie, and I just want to be on the Mount Rushmore of Birdies when it's all said and done.
No, you know, I respect that. I like that you say that with your chest as well. I want to go back to CuhzlightYear real quick, because like this set was pretty close, and despite there being a lot of like struggles for Ibuki in this matchup, I still feel you kept it like you're fighting tooth and nail. The corner game, when you obviously trapped Birdie, because obviously UpChainLord was doing a lot of wake up, or not a lot, he did a few wake up command grabs, he was able to guess right. I mean, is there like is walk up throw, doing that throw loop with Ibuki the best option, or do you feel just going for a safe meaty might be able to close it out? Because I think it's a guess between EX Bullhorn and just jump out, no? Because it looked like that's where...
That's why I don't want to do... I don't want to do meaty every single time, because he was doing EX every single time. So I was trying to mix it up to where I would do throw, or I would kind of like try to shimmy, walk up throw a little bit, walk back, or I would do a meaty sometimes, or I would do a instant air kunai that's plus. It's a little bit more difficult with that character because I have to worry about that EX. So I can't just do meaty or throw. Like I can't just like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I have to pay attention to his meter. Once I knock him down, pay attention to his habits, if he's getting scared because I have him in the corner, things along those lines. So because most of the time he was also doing wake up jump out of the corner because he's probably thinking I'm going to do an overhead. So he was just doing things based off of us playing in ranked often and paying attention to my frequency. So I just had to change a little bit after that.
Okay. No, again, like you kept it close. It's just a couple of execution errors and reads on his part.
Yeah, man.
Now,
a lot of bad errors.
This is more of like a specific question. I don't know if Ibuki can Ibuki whiff punish Birdie? Like, does it feel right doing that? Or do you understand what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a little difficult. So I don't know exactly his moves, but the one where he puts his two hands and like swings down.
Stand hard punch, yeah.
That I can whiff punish. It's just hard to space him out of that range. I did it a few times. It's just hard to space him to where I don't block it and like get hit with the tip of it. And then his medium buttons are also kind of difficult to punish because it's a spacing thing. So I can do it. It's just difficult because sometimes if I get stuffed, then I eat that medium punch into whatever he's doing, buffering. So It's just a little bit more difficult with that character because my best whiff punishing button is standing heavy punch, but it's not super fast. So that's why most of the time with him, I would just do sweep.
Okay, no, that's good.
This is why I think that maybe you should look into V-Trigger 2 just for this matchup, because I feel like that can be used just like a raw whip punish or crouch medium punch into V-Trigger, and just like to make the whiffs maybe scarier. I mean, I'm not the Ibuki player, you are, but I just feel like V-Trigger 2 can, like, in this specific matchup might be like efficient because you get that scare factor at the 2 bars for the whips. I don't know.
No, definitely something to think about, because I don't normally usually have this much issue with Birdie for the most part. So that's why I didn't switch or anything, or even like come think about that. But now that I had to deal with that, I will consider.
Yeah, because like obviously when you do throw the shuriken, it's unscaled damage. If you've got 2 bars, you're going to be landing 350 to 400 depending on the optimization there. But yeah, it's definitely something to consider. Would you consider, if you're not going to change and pick the shuriken, would you consider picking another character in a 1st to 10 against Birdie, CuhzlightYear?
Maybe. I mean, I'm going to go to the lab and figure out how to hit people when they're not blocking. And then
Sorry.
After that, I will see if it's something I can do or if I just have to swap, because it's not a good match, like I had mentioned earlier, but for the most part, I have pretty good neutral with her. That's kind of why I win a lot, because not a lot of people have neutral with Ibuki, so when I play people, they don't know what to do. But it's something I got to think about, because there's a lot of stuff I was having trouble with that I couldn't come up with on the fly as fast to try to figure out how to deal with it.
No. Okay, fair play. It's good that you got the answer for that. Veggey, you got any more SF5 related questions before we move on to SF6 related ones?
I think we've kind of like filled our cup with SF5. I mean, I could ask a bit more about their character and stuff, but I'm more interested in hearing about their perspective on Street Fighter 6, as I think they might have both played the beta.
Yeah, are we right in assuming that both of you played the SF6 beta?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, perfect. So I'll get CuhzlightYear's opinion on this first. So CuhzlightYear, who did you play in the beta, and what were your overall thoughts on how the game is looking so far?
So I played Kimberly, closest thing to kind of Ibuki. She's not Ibuki at all, but it's the closest thing. And then as far as the game goes, I think it's really great. It's really fun. It's something new. The netcode so far is insane better than 5. Like, it's really, really good. It's similar to it's like improving over from 4 to 5, and then from 5 to 6 it's just getting a lot better. So I'm super excited about the netcode in 6. And then the gameplay itself, there's some stuff that's kind of weird, like the drive impact. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were talking about, and the canceling that overheads and the being plus is also a little weird, but we didn't have the game long enough to like flesh out everything. So, but the time I did have with it, it was really fun. I played for like as long as I possibly could.
Yeah, okay. You haven't had that experience in a while with the fighting game, so you definitely were relishing in that moment there.
Yep.
UpChainLord, what about you? Which character did you play, and what were your initial thoughts on just playing Street Fighter 6 from the beta?
What character do you think I played?
I don't know.
Luke?
No, I played Ken Masters.
Okay.
Down bad Ken.
Okay.
That's quite a different... Okay, yeah.
Wow. I love Ken as a character, always. So, like, I just, like... And I'm trying, because, like, I play Street Fighter 5 like such a freaking old man. Like, I just don't really have, like, mix-ups and stuff. Like, I'm just more, like, based off whiff punishing and, like, real, like, fundamental base, because like when I first started playing Street Fighter 5, I was like the opposite. I played it like an NRS game, just pretty much just like spamming thing. I mean, it's still pretty much the same kind of gameplay, except I added the ability to not block ever. So, but yeah, as far as Street Fighter 6, like Luke also a little bit, just because my brother Miles, we kind of shared the time with it because he couldn't get the beta, so I ended up playing with him. So kind of by proxy, I played a lot of Luke too because I saw him play, and I really liked it a lot. To me, it kind of reminded me of KOF for some reason, just because of just kind of the links of like supers and the meter and stuff. And drive impact was pretty cool. I had a really good time with it, and it was like once it was over, obviously it was on some like in the veins, like I need more of that, like where's the rest of the fix. So I'm looking forward to hopefully another beta, in that way. when Sim is in there, I can just be like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this character so that way I could become what I hate.
Wow. I think you might need to put down a t-shirt, become what you hate. You might want to put down a t-shirt with the way you articulate that. That was fantastic. I mean, did you have any gripes with the game? Do you have any concerns with what you played in the game, UpChainLord?
The only concern I had was kind of navigating the lobbies. I don't know if it had something to do with like the settings or anything, but it was very hard for me to kind of move around and stuff with on stick, because I'm a stick player. Yeah. So I play on stick. I couldn't like move the cameras and stuff. I think it was more geared towards pad and stuff like that. But like that's like pretty much the only gripe. I mean, it was pretty much like, and also because so my brother Miles, he plays on pad and I play on stick, so like we kind of like switch back and forth, and it was kind of hard to navigate that way. But besides that, really no gripes at all.
Okay. CuhzlightYear, outside of the drive impact issue you mentioned, because that was kind of like a universal concern by everyone, did you have any other gripes with the game or concerns that you're worried about, or you just looking forward to the game when it comes out?
Let's see. No, I'm just looking forward to it. There's nothing really I'm not liking so far. They've done a really good job with it so far. It was great when it was here, and hopefully we hear something soon about another one. Hopefully it's an open one though, because so everybody can get in and then they can make sure everything is good by the time it comes out.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. Now, obviously, both of you mentioned, or it was more UpChainLord mentioned, the World Warrior programs for CPT in Street Fighter 5. This is a question for both of you. CuhzlightYear, I'll get your opinion on it first. Do you think the World Warrior program should return in SF6 if we do get a CPT when the game drops?
Yeah, I think it's great. It gives a bunch of people opportunity to play and get in that normally wouldn't sometimes have that. So I think it's a really good thing.
Okay.
I hope it comes back.
Fair play. UpChainLord, what about you? Would you like the World Warrior program to return in SF6, or do you think it should be just staying with SF5?
No, absolutely. Kind of to couple with what was just said. I think the more opportunities to get people, because it's not always some people have lives, people have different things. It's not always easy to get free on a Saturday or whatever. So having multiple options to be able to get into the cup, that's always a good thing.
Okay, fair. And let me ask you both this question as well. Obviously, because the world is returning to some form of normality, obviously, due to obvious reasons why we couldn't. CuhzlightYear, would you consider traveling more to events when they come back offline for Street Fighter 6, or do you think you'll kind of just prioritize online competition instead?
No, I'm gonna try to travel. I actually traveled all the time before COVID.
Okay.
But once COVID hit, I went to EVO this year.
Nice.
And then, but yeah, I used to go. So every year I'd usually do NCR, SCR, EVO, final round.
You travel around a fair bit, yeah.
Yeah, I used to always go, but then once COVID hit and everything shut down, it's been almost nothing for a while. So I'm hoping when 6 comes out, it kind of goes back to like majors, almost like every month, kind of like how we used to have it, because it was really fun back then. So I'm hoping it picks up like that. So I'll be there if they are there.
Fingers crossed. UpChainLord, what about you? You looking to travel a little bit more in SF6, or are you going to prioritize online competition?
It kind of play it by ear. I mean, like I always say, like I always get salty after like I lose EVO or I travel. I'm like, oh, I'm never traveling again. I'm never doing this. Flying. Like, what am I doing? Almost 40. But then it's like when the time comes, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And I really would like to get a chance to go places that I haven't been. Usually I frequent Vegas. It has every form of debauchery that I enjoy. So that's why I like to go to EVO. But like and I'm also hoping that Seattle, because Seattle is definitely a hub, for fighting game players and fighting people alike. So I hope that be able to get some more events back home. But kind of play it by ear. I wouldn't mind going across the pond sometime. So we'll see.
Yeah, indeed. Veggey, you got any other SF6 related questions you want to ask these guys before I hit them with the...
I was wondering what, since CuhzlightYear mentioned earlier he was looking to play Kimberly, right? I was wondering if UpChainLord, what character he was looking to play once like
the full roster's
more
out.
characters. Yeah, more characters are out. If he has his eyes set on anyone.
I have my eyes. I said to myself, I always tell people, I'm never not maining Sim ever in a game. So I'm looking for Sim, and then I'm also looking at Blanca, because like it looks his little Blanca-chan. It's pretty much a can with feet. So it's close as birdie. as close to birdie as you can get.
So you play birdie for the can, basically.
No, I play birdie for the banana and also his, his handsomeness. So that's pretty much why.
Yeah, he's a very good-looking character. I agree.
You are definitely playing characters because you don't want any friends in this community. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I definitely see what you're doing.
No, if I didn't want any friends, I'd play poison.
Well, damn.
Boy.
I won't even take that to her. Because he's not wrong. Nah, that was funny. I love this guy. He's the best.
That was really good.
That was good. I'll take that. But yes, okay. I've got to hit you with my final question because we are running out of time. So, obviously, guys, Street Fighter 6 is on the horizon, and they have shown that there's going to be actual commentators from the community in the game. They're obviously like James Chen, Vicious, Tasty Steve, Aru, you name it. They're probably going to be in there. But if you could choose 2 commentators to be DLC commentators in Street Fighter 6, who would they be? CuhzlightYear, you first.
Definitely Yipes. He's number 1 for sure. Definitely want him in there. And then who would be? Actually, I like. He hasn't probably done commentated in a while, but I liked Z back in the day. He was pretty funny.
Okay. I think he'd spice up the game if he got a shot. He was able to put some lines in there. No, those are pretty good calls. I like that. Yipes is something we hear a fair bit, so fingers crossed. Yipes does get a call. He's probably not tell us anything now, but he does get a call, and he's able to be in the game. Because I just think people would just like love that. No one would just go against that. Because with the commentary lines you've probably heard with Vicious, Steve, and James, you'd be like, how could Yipes not be in there? So Yipes being a common choice for everyone, I can see that. Fingers crossed that does happen. UpChainLord, what about you? 2 commentators you'd want to see in the game as DLC. Any commentators of your choice?
Probably have to kind of steal and commandeer the Yipes. I mean, that's definitely, that's legendary stuff right there. I hope to see Yipes. And I also would like, I know it's technically 3, but I actually would like the sets. I think that, all 3 of you do a really good job. And I think that there should be some incorporation with using the battle hubs and stuff to have at least, kind of more of a virtual sets as well. So the sets group, the sets trio, and Yipes. That's my answer.
Okay, gave us 4. We'll take it. But again, maybe in the future they might go, we'll just incorporate sets in one of the corners of the lobby for the open system.
That would be sick.
That would be sick indeed. But yes, gentlemen, I believe we're just about out of time for your interview here. It's been a pleasure to have you guys on. So Richard, if you roll their fight guard so people know where to follow these guys, because they do have social medias, they do have Twitches. But yes, gentlemen, this is your chance to leave us with some parting words, final words. Anything you want to plug, anything you want to thank, now is your chance. CuhzlightYear, it's all yours.
Just thank you guys for the opportunity, man. It was great. It was fun. I had a good time. If you guys enjoyed it, I stream. Check me out on Twitch, CuhzlightYear, YouTube, CuhzlightYear. Try to put on the show with the bombs. Hopefully someday I'll be back on here. Other than that, I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
UpChainLord, what about you? Anything you want to plug? Anyone you want to thank?
At first, I thought he said put on a show with the bums, and I was like, well, that's about accurate for if you're talking about me. But I just want to just thank the opportunity. I'm a huge fan of sets and Street Fighter 5 as a whole, so definitely thank for the opportunity. Shout out to my family, and then also my other family, the Seattle FGC, and I'm on Twitch, UpChain, all lowercase. And then follow my Twitter, UpChainLord. Definitely be posting clips on there. And one more thing, I would really like to see my friend Nuggy, so Nuggy Bunny, on sets as well. I think that she would be a very good choice. So I kind of want to throw my hat in the ring as far as getting her on here.
We'll see what we can do. Speaking of which, I've got one more question for CuhzlightYear. CuhzlightYear, would you want a run back with UpChainLord in the future?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All
it's
right.
like teach him how to block.
I want to see this run back, though. I want to see this run back, though.
We will see what we can do in regards to the...
See, remember what I said earlier? I'm stubborn, so I'm not sure if you can, but I definitely... Anytime. Anytime.
We will see what we can do in the future.
We need to make this run back happen before Street Fighter 6 Jammerz. This banter was too good. I enjoyed this episode a lot.
We will see what we can do. And
let's make a deal. If UpChainLord makes Warlord before Street Fighter 6, we get the run back on sets.
I mean, that's 75,000 points. To be fair, I got 100k in 4 months. I think it's doable.
It's doable.
It's definitely doable. We'll see. You know what? If he wants to live up to that deal, we can do that. Yeah. But yes, I will make note of this. I will make note of this run back, and we will try and sort it out in the future.
Yeah.
But yes, gentlemen, we are just about out of time with you guys. So when you are ready, you can leave the Discord call so myself and Veggey can close out the show. And I will actually drop you guys a message later thanking you guys for featuring on the show once again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care, gentlemen. Well, that was indeed a close set. Great back and forth. A little bit of blood boiling there with the rivalry. So again, that is another run back we have to set up, because we are planning to get I'll give you like a little bit of a teaser. We are trying to get a slew of run backs back to back. We're going to see if we can line them up properly. That's going to be in the
run back season.
That's going to be in the new year. I need to remember who wanted one, because I've noted a few, but there was more than what I noted down. So I actually might need to go back and look about all the run backs, and hopefully we can bring them back in. And maybe there might be
the Glitter and Mustafa's match.
Yeah, I've got that one noted down. We might bring a certain 2 characters back on for the up-team amount of time, because that does get us a lot of numbers if we're talking about metrics. So we might bring those guys back.
The fourth run back.
We will see. Not mentioning any names, but we shall see indeed. But you know what?
I mean, there's another run back we need to get sorted though.
Which one? What?
One of them is in Croydon, and the other one is in East London, I think.
What?
Or was it North London? South London?
What? Now you've
I
lost
don't remember.
Yeah, you've definitely lost
Yeah.
me. You've lost me, mate. Unbelievable. Anyway, no, that was a good show. Obviously, courtesy of you for bringing on UpChainLord's CuhzlightYear. We managed to get him on the show. These guys want that run back. I'm going to make note of it. We are going to make it happen. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show as well. This is the place to be to hear more about the players and hear this banter. You don't get this on CPT. You just get text and interviews and say, I hope I'm going to beat this guy. They don't say, no, this guy doesn't have to block. I'm going to teach him that next time. That's what they're going to do. However...
Oh, that was too good. The banter was too good. That was really funny.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah,
this is what it's all about indeed. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, before you go, wait, don't close the stream. I've got to do this. I've got to plug some stuff real quick. Let me find this thing real quick. Right, the first thing is SFL EU. We had week 7 yesterday. Week 8 is going to be happening next week as well. But you can catch all of the SFL EU action on Capcom Fires. Just type it in on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Twitch. Follow the Twitch. We're on twitch.tv/Capcom Fires. Anyway, there's been a ton of amazing action. Great interviews with Logan Sama. And of course, great games and character diversity across the board. SFL EU. It's here for another 7 to 8 weeks. But of course, there's more. There was a slight intermission. There was a break. SFL US is coming back with their week 7. I think it's their week 7 or it's their week 8. I'm a bit confused as to which it is. But it's coming back full force. More fixtures on the way. More great games. Rob TV, Vicious, and Tasty Steve are holding it down for you guys. We are getting the graphic for you guys very shortly. It's going to show up in just a couple of seconds. But yes, it is fantastic to see there's SFL all over the place. Japan, EU, and the US. But we're talking about the SFL NA region. It still isn't here because I think they're still trying to find it. I've tried to big it up as much as I can before the graphic comes on board. But if you visit the website streetfighterleague.com, it will take you there. You can see the schedule, you can see the brackets, you can see the results, you can see JB's lovely face with Nash coming through. But yes, it is going to be Season 5, Week 7. That is going to be happening this Friday coming through. It's great to see, and they split up the matches as well. So if you can't catch the whole 2.5 hour show, you can definitely see your favorite players and your favorite matches and see how things unfold. And also, there was one more thing to mention. No, we already mentioned it at the start, but I'm going to mention it again anyway. If you are from North America East region for the CPT, you can sign up for it now. You've got about 2-3 weeks to do so. So get signing up, and it's going to be one of the most dense and crazy regions to see who gets that automatic qualification spot for the Capcom Cup. It's not their one and only chance. There is still their World Warrior program, which there's quite a number of names in there that are doing well in that. But hey, if you're looking to automatically qualify, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So get signing up on the respective Start GG page. Head on over to Capcom Fighters on the Twitter account, and they put the link up there for you to sign up to that event. But yes, we've had another amazing episode of Sets here. Another close one. If you didn't see it, go and catch it on the archives on YouTube, and we'll see how things unfold. Another episode to put in the books. Apparently, we call it Bananas and Bombs. It's a non-existent...
Bombs and bananas.
Whatever you want to call it. B&Bs. That's what we call them.
Oh.
B&Bs. It's non-existent.
You're too good at this, Jammerz. I'm decent sometimes,
but you're good at recruiting talent to bring on the show. we're going to make sure they're running back. But hopefully you are eating bananas and you're not throwing bombs at people. This isn't that game where they drive around and throw things at people. This is Street Fighter. Slug it out.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
It's
week.
not Car Fighter. This is Street Fighter.
Take care. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.